Welcome into Clarkrange High School, and it is good to be back in a high school gymnasium as we are set for a District 7 Single-A doubleheader, and it's a big one tonight as Pickett County visits Clarkrange. I'm Noel McKay on the call, joined by the GOAT of Upper Cumberland Sports Broadcasting, Craig Cantrell. Moments away from tip-off here before our girls' game, a collision tonight between the Pickett County Lady Bobcats and the Clarkrange Lady Buffaloes. We welcome you into the Aminette's Eagle Auction and Realty Company pregame show. And Craig, anytime you come to Clarkrange, you feel the history. Lamar Rogers, 50th season over there on the sidelines as head coach of the Lady Buffaloes. But for the Lady Bobcats tonight, trying to sweep the season series and continue to maintain their stranglehold on District 7 Single-A.
Yeah, they're just kind of controlling this district right now. And you talk, they always talk in college basketball about the Blue Bloods. These are two of the Blue Bloods right here. You got 8 state championships with Clarkrange, 6 with Pickett County, 14 state championships represented in the girls' game here tonight. And there's not another night anywhere else that could match that number unless it's Shelbyville playing somebody or Jackson County maybe. But that's just like you said, when you come in here, this is a fun place. This atmosphere, this gym is worth points to them. You know, it's just it's different, especially the first time you come in to play. I remember Coach Leslie Riddle at Livingston talking about when her kids come in, you get those wide eyes. You know, you get that look around, and it's when you call me this afternoon, text me this afternoon, say, "Can you do it?" Jumped at it. Anytime you get a chance to come to Clarkrange to see them play Pickett County, two big rivals getting together, it's just awesome. I'm glad to be here.
It is rivalry night in the Upper Cumberland. Let's get to the tail of the tape, and it is a good one. Pickett County, first-year head coach Brittany Cooper. Her name's out there. Her jersey's retired here. She was a stud here. It's just a few accomplishments for Brittany Cooper. She's in her first season doing a heck of a job. Pickett County now 12-9 on the season, 4-0 in District 7 Single-A, but unblemished against Single-A competition. They faced that gauntlet early in the season. Division II, Class 4A, Class 3A teams, they're rolling right now. Winners of 7 straight games coming off their best win of the season when they held serve and knocked off Jackson County at home 76-69. But, Craig, that was last Tuesday. Over 9 days away from the floor for the Lady Bobcats. They come in underranked, the 9th-ranked team in the state of Tennessee in the Tennessee Sports Writers Association and USA Today poll. They're an honorable mention in the UC Top 5. I mentioned 6-0 against 1A competition, 7-0 in 2026, and they have dominated district opponents, Craig, plus 89 in the district, averaging a 22-point average margin of victory in district play. They have shown so far they're the class of this district, but on the road in Clarkrange, antennas always have to be up if you're Brittany Cooper in her first year as head coach.
Yeah, you got to be ready. It's got to be a little bit different from her. I asked her before the game what it feels like to sit on this side, and it's got to be a little different. And she really didn't have a lot to say about it because as a coach, you can't say that much about it. You don't want to give anybody any kind of fuel or anything, and she didn't say anything. But you know, it's got to be a little different staying here. You talked about her. She's one of the legends here in Clarkrange. Went on to play at Tennessee Tech, a Division I school. So that tells you she's a player. But what I've seen in her first year at Pickett County, she's a coach, too. She's come in and she took over a team that had to accept her coming from Clarkrange. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do because these two are very close together. They know each other. They see each other all the time. But they've accepted her, and she's just a part of that Pickett County family now, and she's leading this group. You can tell she's the leader of this group, and that's what they needed, somebody to come in. You take over from Brent Smith. He really put his stamp on that program, and it had to be the right person at the right time, and she certainly looks like that right now.
This is the Aminette's Eagle Auction and Realty Company pregame show. The opponent tonight, the Clarkrange Lady Buffaloes, under the stalwart. You cannot have a Mount Rushmore in this state without their head coach, Lamar Rogers, been the head coach here since 1976. He is third all-time in the nation in wins, 1,363 wins for Coach Rogers, just 16 behind second place. Probably don't have 16 games left this season, but would very easily get it early in next year to become second all-time in the nation in wins. In this year's Lady Buffaloes team, 12-12 on the season, 2-3 in District 7 Single-A. They have not played since Thursday, where they lost at Jackson County 55-44. That game ended a 3-game winning streak. They've lost 12 out of 13 games against this Pickett County team. Obviously beat them last year in the region semis, the game where Emmy Lowe was very dramatically injured, that game at Livingston Academy. But outside of that, this series has been dominated the past 4 years by the Pickett County Lady Bobcats. We talked about this gym, though. 6-1 at home this season is Clarkrange, and a big one tonight in this district. Pickett County all alone in first place at 4-0. Jackson County half a game back at 4-1. And then Clarkrange and Clay County tied up at 2-3 in the district. If either Clarkrange or Clay County could find a way, Craig, to beat Pickett County or Jackson County, they get the 3 seed more likely than not. That's what's on the line for Clarkrange tonight.
Yeah, trying to stay away from that 4 or 5 game and move into that 1 game where you're sure to go on the road more than likely in a region tournament. But you talked about Coach Rogers. You think about you all been talking about how long I've been here. He's got 10 years on me. I'm in my 41st year. He's in his 51st. That's impressive. That's something that you won't see again, I don't believe, from the coaching standpoint. The way that things are, just the atmosphere around, I don't think you can stay anywhere for 51 years, and he's just done such a great job. 8 state championships like we talked about. He is just he's impressive. He's a great guy, too. I think the world of Coach Rogers. I've known him for 40 years, and he's just, like I said, it's always fun coming out. One thing about it, it's cold outside. That kind of affects it a little bit. When you come in here, you know it's going to be 70, 75, 78. So it's going to be warm, and that's just part of coming in this gym and playing. And you have to deal with that because it's going to get hot in here. It's getting a little hotter now as the crowd comes in. You can feel it. It's just a great place to come and play.
And it is a packed house on the other side, as you can see. One of the more unique vantage points we have to broadcast from, right off the court here on the stage next to the sideline. And this district's been very interesting. Pickett County dominated the first meeting between these two teams, 79-53. That explosive Lady Bobcats offense wins by 26. Jackson County beat Clarkrange in their first meeting by 35, Craig. The second meeting, just 11. Clarkrange wants that trend to continue and make this a tight game. If they're going to do so, though, they're going to have to find a way to stop what may be the favorite right now in Class 1A for Miss Basketball. The Tennessee Tech signee, Zoe Nicholas, scored 42 against Jackson County. She has been sensational so far this season, Craig. She's been the best player in the classification. She can do everything. Off the dribble, shoots the 3, gets inside, a great passer of the basketball as well. The ultimate trump card for Brittany Cooper is that she's got Zoe Nicholas on the floor.
The word that comes to my mind when I see Zoe Nicholas play is smooth. She is just so smooth in everything she does. It's like the basketball's a part of her, and she's able to make things happen, and she's able to create things for her teammates because she's going to draw double team. She knows that, but she's still able to get her points, and she's still able to get other people involved. That's the mark of a great leader, and that's what she is. And if she keeps going like she's going, like you said earlier, I don't see why she's not the favorite to win Miss Basketball.
Over on the other side, though, the point guard for Clarkrange, the senior, number 22, Lydia Phillips, scored 25 in Byrdstown. Also a 3-level score, the King University signee. She's having a great start to the season. And for Clarkrange, if you want a chance to upset Pickett County, you need your superstars to be superstars.
Yeah, you got to have somebody come up with a big game. And at home, you got to think they're a little more comfortable. So they come in here, you got the banners hanging, you got all this going on, and she's got to get started early. That's the key. If Pickett County gets you down early, it's so hard to come back because that pressure that they have might not be full court, might be in the half court, but when they put that pressure on you, it's relentless. They come after you, and they don't let up, and they score in the transition. They turn defense into offense as well as anyone. So that's what Clarkrange has got to deal with tonight. They've got to be patient, got to protect the basketball, get their leaders involved, and get them scoring early.
That was the Eminence Eagle Auction and Realty Company pregame show. When we come back, it's the People's Bank starting lineups and all the action. Rivalry night in the Upper Cumberland. Pickett County and Clarkrange set to face off, and it's live right here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. Tee-Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee-Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services, right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family. Trusted care, right where life happens.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential, multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland area since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Moments away from tip-off in Clarkrange. Let's get right to the People's Bank starting lineups. First, for the visiting Pickett County Lady Bobcats under head coach Brittany Cooper in her first season. They are 12-9 and an unblemished 4-0 in District 7 Single A. Starting tonight for the Lady Bobcats, number 5, the freshman Star White. Number 15, a senior, Kylie Wood. Number 24, a junior, Emma Tompkins. Number 30, a senior, the favorite from Miss Basketball, Zoe Nicholas. And number 45, a senior, Addie Lowe. Their opponents tonight, the Clarkrange Lady Buffaloes and their head coach Lamar Rogers in his 51st season in Fentress County. 1,363 career wins. Starting tonight for the Lady Buffaloes, number 0, a senior, Caitlin Cottle. Number 10, a senior, Sophia Sitton. Number 12, a freshman, Ellie Gunter. Number 22, a senior, Lydia Phillips. And number 43, a sophomore, Stella Byers. It is a big fight field, Craig Cantrell, tonight in this gym. We figured it would be. You wouldn't know that the first matchup was rather lopsided between these two teams with the energy that's in this gym tonight.
It doesn't matter. You see people over here that you've seen in this gym for 40 years. The same people come out. They keep supporting these Lady Buffaloes. Then their children, their grandchildren, they show up, and this place is only going to get more packed. You know, I was just thinking while during the national anthem, I would think that Coach Rogers coached 6-on-6. I would say he coached before it went to 5-on-5. Got to be the last one in the state of Tennessee still here coaching that's coached that kind of game. And people listening, some of them may not even know what I'm talking about with 6-on-6.
It's true. He did coach in 6-on-6. And a lot of history in this gym. Pickett County doesn't care about that tonight, though. A big opportunity for the Lady Bobcats, who know they have to continue the pace they've been at. With Jackson County close on their heels, dropping a game against anybody in this district could take away a district title. That is obviously the goal for this Lady Bobcats team. The first goal of several down the line.
Yeah, that's true. You know, Jackson County is much improved. They're a very dangerous basketball team. They've got shooters. When you have shooters, you can be a threat to anybody. But like the old saying goes, defense travels. And these Lady Bobcats, they play defense. They get up in your grill. They challenge you. They're going to make you make plays individually. And defense travels. Defense on the road is always going to be there. That's what they're going to kind of hang their hat on here tonight against Clarkrange.
Pickett County in their road, black uniforms, black shorts, gold numbers on the front and the back with white lettered Lady Bobcats across the front, white trim around the numbers on the back. Clarkrange in their traditional home white uniforms, white shorts, blue numbers and letters outlined in gold trim with that blue stripe with gold stars down the side. Noah McKay joined by Craig Cantrell, the lovely Madison McKay producing things for us. Addie Lowe in the circle against Stella Byers. Let's get it on in District 7 Single A as Kylie Wood runs down the tip of the backcourt. Clarkrange starts in their full court press. Here's Zoe Nicholas as she'll bring it up. The Tennessee Tech signee averaging 30 a game. Reverses it over left side Wood. Now back Addie Lowe. She'll flip it inside to the freshman White. White double teamed and now retreats back over to Addie Lowe. Lowe picks up her dribble, finds a cutting White to the spot, to the hoop, to the 2-0 Lady Bobcats.
Give and go, one of the oldest plays in basketball. The freshman knowing where she needed to be. They found her wide open at the rim for the first score of the night.
We talked about the senior point guard pregame. Here's Lydia Phillips. She'll hand off to Caitlin Cottle, another senior. Cottle gives back. Long three on the way. That one's no good. Rebound tipped. Lowe comes away for the Lady Bobcats. Here's Addie Lowe as she eyes up the whole way. Lowe drives inside, now steps, now will just pull up, pops out no, White there for the rebound, wrestles it away from a couple of different Lady Buffaloes. Now a reversal to Kylie Wood, wide open three, connects. Kylie Wood with a first-choice Family Care three, and it's a great start for the Lady Bobcats on the road.
Floor recognition, too. They could have taken that short shot inside. They saw the player wide open, feet set, knock down the three, and take the 5-point lead.
Gunter brings it over right wing side here, a minute and 10 seconds into the contest, 5-0 Pickett County. Fast start, what they always like to have. Here's Lydia Phillips as she works off a screen. Had the roller, couldn't find her. Gives back, and a long three from the secondary logo won't go. Second chance for Byers is no good. Nicholas had the defense and the board, and now the speed. Zoe Nicholas going coast to coast. Free runner, she puts it up and in, and it's all Pickett County early on, and Lamar Rogers is forced to burn the first time out of the game.
Well, like we said, defense travels, and defense right there by Zoe Nicholas wasn't a big play, wasn't a flashy play, just held her ground, good straight-up arms, forced that missed shot, then just coast to coast from the biggest player on the floor right now, just able to pull up and knock down a mid-range. And mid-range jumpers, they're kind of coming back, aren't they? They're becoming more of a fashion now.
They are. Nobody stopped the ball. Zoe Nicholas makes it pay, and we're just 93 seconds into the contest, 7-0. We're live everywhere tonight, Facebook, YouTube, and the NFHS Network. Happy to be along with you this evening. It's the only show in town, and we've got Noah and Craig on the call together. Who knows what kind of trouble we'll get into tonight.
And we're fired up. That's even scarier.
We are fired up. Let's go. Out of the timeout, see what adjustments Clarkrange had to make on what feels like the smallest court in the Upper Cumberland because of how tight everybody is to the floor. Here's Sophia sitting as she'll send it over right side to Cottle. Cottle gives right side Gunter. Gunter from the wing reverses it to Phillips. She'll line up the three in rhythm. Can't hit. Another miss. 0 for 3 are the Lady Buffaloes early from long range as Lowe tosses it ahead to Wood. She'll get off to Emma Tompkins. Tompkins weaves through traffic, now back to Addie Lowe. Wide open lane, now dumps it off to White. That one's blocked out of play. Stella Byers with really the first offensive stop so far for Clarkrange, 2 minutes in.
But again, Pickett County attacking the rim. Byers coming up with that block, but they had a great play on with White breaking to the rim.
Inbound to Zoe Nicholas. She drives inside, shoulders, puts up the shot, no. Disrupted by Cottle. It goes out of play and possession back to Clarkrange. 5:53 to play in the opening quarter.
Well, I tell you, you don't win 8 state championships without coaching great defense. And these Lady Buffaloes, they get after you, too. They jumped into that full court trap just out of nothing, and that's what they'll do. They'll set up their defense very quickly.
Bringing it up is Gunter as she is being met by Star White. Pickett in there man-to-man. They'll work it over left side for Cottle. Cottle works off 2 screens, now hands off to Sitton. Sitton picks up, now back to Gunter. Gunter works it over right side. White stays in front defensively. 5.5 to play in the first quarter. Now Phillips on the drive, has it swiped, gathers, fires a pass tipped by Nicholas, then punched by Phillips out of play. Was looking for Sitton, but a turnover forced by the Bobcat defense, and Pickett County regains possession.
Like the emotion of Zoe Nicholas, too, and they've got another timeout here.
Already the second timeout called by Lamar Rogers, a 32nd timeout on the floor. Hey, tonight we're in the Upper Cumberland Generators broadcast booth, and I think this last week tells you the need for having a generator taken care of immediately. More bad weather coming potentially, unfortunately, tomorrow. We'll see about the snow. Give our friends at Upper Cumberland Generators a call so they can get you situated so you have that peace of mind that maybe you didn't have. They got away with it this last week. Nashville didn't. Upper Cumberland Generators get you squared away.
Those zero temperatures, that's just something that's tough to deal with. You know, your water, it can freeze on you. Just having that peace of mind, like you said, that means so much because you never know. Just one tree is all it takes to knock power out for days in some areas in the Upper Cumberland.
Yeah, and obviously our thoughts are with those who still don't have power.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get it back, and appreciate all the line workers for getting power back quickly. Here's Addie Lowe, right side out of the timeout. Picks up her dribble, reverses Kylie Wood. Already has 1-3. Wood just drives inside, puts it high off the glass, and it is all Lady Bobcats early on, 9-0.
Strong hand, just taking it strong with the right hand. Had that little shoulder lean to get between the defender and the rim and lay it up and in.
Lydia Phillips going to bring it here, gets the play call, and will hand off to Sitton. Sitton fires it right side Cottle. Really nothing inside for Clarkrange. It's just been 3 balls, and that'll be an offensive foul for a moving screen. It continues to go wrong for the Lady Buffaloes. They're going to get this one on 43. Stella Byers, the sophomore, picks up the game's first foul.
Well, that defense causes that. You're so quick to the cuts, the defenders are. They're getting right to that player, and they just don't have time to get that pick set.
Inbound into Addie Lowe. She'll get back to Emma Tompkins, and Tompkins will set up. 9-0 Lady Bobcats. Star White gives to Addie Lowe. Lowe brings it top of the circle. She'll pick up. Now just overhand feed. Kylie Wood in rhythm. Long range 3 won't go. Rebound down. Grab by Sitton. Clarkrange still looking to get on the board here as Sitton brings it ahead. Nicholas bodies her up. She'll get back to Phillips. The King University signee back to Gunter. 4:22 to play in the opening quarter. All Pickett County, but a long way to go in a 9-0 ball game. Sitton off the dribble, just going to trigger the three. Can't hit. 0 for 4 from long range now is Clarkrange. Here's Addie Lowe, wasting no time. Reversal. Nicholas, rhythm three, connects. Zoe Nicholas with a first-choice family care three.
That's why I talk about smooth. She just caught it, flicked it, and just dropped it through the nylon. Smooth all the time.
Phillips with it here. Pickett County in a commanding 12-0 lead early on. Wouldn't know they've been 9 days away from the floor. Looks like rest versus rust. It was rest. Another miss. Rebound down to Nicholas. Nicholas eyes up as Phillips forces the behind-the-back move. Now she'll fire it. What a feed to Tompkins. Bounces into White. Collision inside and a foul. Star White going to the Kiesling Insurance free throw line to shoot two here for Pickett County.
She doesn't play like a freshman, does she? She just cuts to that low block, wants the contact, it seems like, just powers through it. She knows she'll get rewarded at the free throw line. If you finish some of those, get the chance at the old-fashioned three-point play.
Sitton picks up the second team foul, first personal. And Star White hits the first. We saw her last year in the Upper Cumberland Middle School All-Star Game, something we're excited to sponsor again and broadcast again this year. She was great there. She's been great this season. And number 5 goes 2 for 2, and the onslaught continues. 14-0 for the visitors, and this home crowd's been taken out of the game right now, Craig.
Yeah, we talked about that. They need to get off to a big start. They've done that. They've come out and made a statement in this first quarter, haven't they?
Lydia Phillips brings it ahead, 3.5 to play in the opening frame. Phillips works off his screen. Pickett switches with relative ease. The double arrives, a reversal over for Cottle. She'll line up the three. Is this the one? No. Rebound tipped into the air, second chance for Phillips. Fires a fastball, that's bobbled. Now a foot race, collision, and we play on. Byers reverses back out Gunter. Now starting to drive is Cottle, forced to retreat. Gunter from the volleyball line thought about it. Brings back out, 3 minutes to play in the first. Gunter drives low, stays in front. Senior versus senior as Gunter throws it up with the left hand. Gunter, just a freshman, and she throws up the left-hand runner, and it's good. Ellie Gunter with the game's first points for Clarkrange.
Now the pressure, I think a little confusion there by Clarkrange. They're picking them up. A couple of players did, but not everybody in the full court press.
Low with a reversal over left side to Wood. Wood leaves the defender in her dust. No good. Rebound tipped. Nicholas has a second chance. Outlet to Low. In rhythm three. She can shoot it, and she does. The third first-choice family care three of the quarter. This time it's Addie Lowe.
Well, when everybody's hitting, you know it's going to be a good night, and they're all filling it up here tonight for Pickett County.
And now a drive for Phillips. High off the glass, no. Rebound, White, great position ahead to Nicholas. Now all alone is Tompkins. Nicholas finds her. Tompkins puts it in. It's 19-2 for Pickett County.
Tompkins kind of deserved that. Stella Byers set a pick up top, and Tompkins took a pretty good shot out of it. Kind of deserved to get a layup when you take contact like that.
Gunter, eyes up the whole way. Clarkrange with no answers right now in the rematch. Handoff, this is Cottle. She'll drive inside. Cottle underneath, and a foul is called as Addie Lowe caught her up high, I believe. And that will be 2 free throws upcoming.
It's a good first step. That's what got her open. That first step has got to be quick, and she just exploded out of that one, got to the rim. Couldn't finish, but they do get the free throw line.
The senior Caitlin Cottle goes to the line to shoot 2. Lowe picks up the first foul of the game against Pickett County. And the first one on the way, way off the mark. 1:55 to go in the frame. It's 19-2.
That right wrist heavily taped. You know, that's got to be a little bit of a factor for her playing out there.
Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Hit that share button and like the broadcast as Pickett County gets away with it. 0 for 2, and now Lowe finds Tompkins ahead. Tompkins sees traffic, now fires it back to Lowe. She's just going to step into the three and hits. Addie Lowe made it look easy with another first-choice family care three.
Oh, baby, that's not easy, though. You're going full speed. You've got to catch. You've got to get the feet set. You've got to get the shoulder square, and she did all of that and knocked it down top of the key.
We've seen this Pickett County team be the most explosive offense in single-A basketball. That continues right now. Another missed three. White with the rebound, and here they come. Lowe ahead. All alone is Tompkins underneath the basket. Spins a couple of times, throws it high off the glass. No. Nicholas with the putback is good. And the third time out of the quarter by Lamar Rogers. Pickett County looks fired up to play basketball tonight, Craig. It's a 22-point game.
Tompkins, she's coming to the sideline smiling a little bit. I don't think she knew how open she was when she caught that. There's nobody around. She expected somebody to be there, and you would expect it, but then they get the cleanup on the miss. But this is impressive right here.
24-2. Very few teams can score 24 points in a quarter. Some don't score it in a half.
Exactly.
Pickett County has it in 6 minutes and 44 seconds.
That's unbelievable, and they're getting everybody involved. That's the thing. They're sharing the basketball, and like we said, the defense. And by Pickett County, by Clarkrange not playing really a post player inside, that's just allowing them to get out on the break. And when they get out on the break and run, good things happen, and it's sure happening for them tonight.
Let's see some of the comments here. I saw a very cool one, and that is from Craig watching from Nicaragua.
Well,
how about that?
What time is it there?
Yeah, let us know, Craig.
Well, that's still in the same, so it wouldn't.
Well, I guess, I mean, it's Nicaragua. It's some different time. It's probably not Central Time.
No, I wouldn't think so.
We just talk about sports. We don't know time zone. Come on now. Or geography. Cooper's watching, cheering for Addie Lowe's, having a great start to this game. Wilma's tuning in, as is, okay, this is a fun name, Honey Moon, cheering on the Lady Bobcats. Kathy's watching, as is Judy, Ruby, Janie, Paula. Keep them rolling in. Paula's cheering on the Lady Buffaloes. A lot of basketball to be played, but Clarkrange needs an adjustment. They had 3 timeouts already burned in the first quarter, down 22. Here's a pass left side. This one grabbed by Sitton. Sitton picked up by Nicholas. She'll hand off. Fresh into the game is Abby Stepp. The junior gives back, and here's Sitton now. Sitton on the drive into empty space, off the glass, and good for 2.
Yeah, just a little bit of a pick. Not a solid screen set, but just enough to give her the space and that bank shot going in.
Sophia Sitton makes it 24-4. Under a minute to play here in the quarter. Left side, here's Wood. With space to operate, as Clarkrange goes into a zone. A miscommunication as she went for Tompkins, out of play. And Clarkrange trying to just get some semblance of momentum here late in the quarter. They get it back.
Well, they're trying to take away the rim, I think, but you go zone. That lets Pickett County run their zone offense, and they'll get some three-point looks, and this score could really balloon if they get a lot of those.
Pass fired over right side now, intercepted. Addie Lowe picks it off. Lowe off the turnover, ahead to Star White, 28 seconds. Pickett County doesn't usually hold for the last shot. You can't blame them with this offense. Now driving inside Lowe, shoulders in, turnaround shot, good. Have yourself a quarter, Addie Lowe. She has 8 in the frame.
Just a little contact, and they use that contact to get the separation that she needed. A little fall away, a little one-leg fall away. Kind of old school there to get that bucket.
Now Phillips, nice crossover, gets inside, puts it up with the right hand. No offensive rebound, put back too strong. Rebound tipped out of play. 2.2 seconds, enough time for a couple of dribbles and a heave for the Lady Bobcats as Gunter checks back into the game here.
Half-court shot would be fitting, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. And we'll see if they try to stop the ball because Zoe Nicholas, she can cover a lot of ground in a hurry. Lowe also has the full court feed if she wants it. Now Tompkins tosses it over. That one tipped into the air and intercepted. And it brings us to the end of a dominant first quarter for the road team. After one, Pickett County 26, Clarkrange 4. This is Lady Bobcats basketball presented by Livingston Regional Hospital on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home with a great location just off Highway 111 on the south side of Cookeville. This home has just over 2,000 square feet, a 2-car garage, and beautiful hardwood flooring throughout. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with... .111 on the south side of Cookeville. This home has just over 2,000 square feet, a 2-car garage, and beautiful hardwood flooring throughout. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. A dominant first quarter for Pickett County. They lead 26-4 here on the road at Clarkrange. Noah McKay joined by Craig Cantrell. Happy to be along with you. Having a good time tonight, as is Pickett County. As we'll see what Clarkrange has here. Lydia Phillips tries to turn on Nicholas, gets a step, throws the runner up. Tough shot, won't go. Rebound fought for. Lowe takes it out of the pile. Now nearly swiped away. Lowe still has it. Shoulders ahead and a foul. I think they're going to get Callie Upchurch on the personal. They will. It's her first, team's first.
We haven't talked about it much, but rebounding, the defensive rebounding of Pickett County, there's just been no second shots for Clarkrange. And when you're controlling those defensive rebounds and getting runouts, that's when good things happen.
Emma Tompkins going to bring it up here for the Lady Bobcats. Sends it over to Lowe. Lowe with it from the wing. Lowe back to Nicholas. Nicholas floating back here, 7:23 to go. Now just going to step into a deep three. Zoe Nicholas, why not? Reigns home another first choice family care three.
Well, that's the danger of playing zone against this Pickett County team. She doesn't need much space, and that was deep. So you're going to have to adjust to that because they can make the three.
Zoe Nicholas, the definition of in the gym range. She reigns that one home, 7:04 to go in the half. Now Phillips has a double screen. She works across it to the right wing. Fires it baseline. That one slotted away. As Kylie Wood got her hand on it, it went right to Nicholas. Now back ahead to Wood. Numbers, if they hurry, they always do. Tompkins, corner three, connects. Nothing but net. Another first choice family care three.
Little fist pump by Brittany Cooper right here in front of us, and that is a couple of zone busters right there. Expect the man-to-man coming back.
That is the fourth timeout call by Lamar Rogers with 6:45 to go in the second. I'm always saying, why aren't coaches calling more timeouts when you're getting blitzkrieg? Right now it is a blitzkrieg. Pickett County a 28-point lead, Craig.
Yeah, you got to try to stop it when you can stop it, and that's what he's trying to do. He's just trying to find something. Like we said, they played the man-to-man. They got those backdoor cuts. They got the breaks to the rim. They got those jumpers in the paint. They go zone now, and now Pickett County's just loving that. They're just saying, give me the ball. Let me shoot the ball, and that's what they're doing, and they're just doing it in rhythm. Everything's just happening, and you talk about 9 days off. It doesn't look like they've had 9 minutes off. They've come out here. They're just flicking it.
It really doesn't look like they've had any time off. As we remind you, Pryor's Auto Spot is home of the best truck and car repair service in Birdstown. The expert mechanics at Pryor's Auto Spot are ready to get you back on the road quickly and professionally. Call 931-864-3926 to set up an appointment and get a clear estimate with no hidden costs. Pryor's Auto Spot is proud to support the Pickett County Bobcats and Lady Bobcats. 32-4, 6:45 to go in the first half.
And so many times little things get lost. Clarkrange had finally got someone that looked like was getting to the rim on that last offensive possession, but Kylie Wood just came back in a couple of fingers on the basketball to knock away that lob pass inside, turns into 3 points on the other end, forces timeout number 4. Little things can become big things in basketball games.
Clarkrange basketball. As they'll work it over with Phillips, she'll hand off Gunter. Gunter has it poked, but it went right to her teammate. A drive inside for Sitton, throws it up wild, no, Low with a rebound and a foul. This one's going to go on Clarkrange as they were into the body of Addie Lowe on the rebound attempt. Going to get this one on Byers. That is her second, team's second. 6:26 to go in the half, and this one is in danger of getting completely out of hand from the home team. 32-4. Both ends of the floor completely dominant by Pickett County right now.
Lowe just going beast mode on the boards. Nobody can match up with her.
She lines up the three, can't hit, but Nicholas right there to run down the rebound. Nicholas over to Lowe. Lowe, backside Tompkins, open, is hit and fouled. Sitton does the right thing to commit the foul, and 2 free throws upcoming for Emma Tompkins.
Well, they recovered that time. Looked like she's going to be wide open again, but a good recovery by Clarkrange. Make them earn it here, and that's a pretty good, pretty smart play by the Lady Buffalo.
That is the second on Sitton, as the first free throw is good for Emma Tompkins. This is at the Kiesling Insurance free throw line for Pickett County. A 33-4 ball game. Next one for Tompkins, good as well, 2 for 2. 6:10 to go in the half, and a 30-point lead.
In 10 minutes.
Goodness gracious, as Gunter has it here. Clarkrange only has 1 timeout remaining. Send it to the left side. Sitton trying to find somewhere to go against this Lady Bobcat defense. Great shot fake. Now Phillips throws the runner up and hits. Lydia Phillips, her first points of the game, had 25 in Birdstown. They need more of that, down 28.
Yeah, she's a player, too. She's been invited to play in an all-star game later on this spring in the BCAT all-star game, so she's respected around the state of Tennessee.
No doubt about it, as Lowe has it here. Now picks up. Nicholas shakes the defender. Staying in front is Cottle. One-on-one. Nicholas activates, turns inside. Now hit and foul. Byers just commits her third, and this will be 2 free throws for Zoe Nicholas.
You saw that coming when they switched up, and Cottle got on Nicholas, and Nicholas said, I'm taking it to the rack, and that's exactly what she did. That size mismatch. Cottle trying to draw a charge, didn't get the call. The help comes over, and Nicholas draws the foul, and she's just as dangerous here as she is from the three-point line.
First one for Zoe Nicholas is no good. The rare miss at the line. Mentioned averaging 30 a game. Insane.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all. She goes 1 for 2. She's at a measly 11 right now with 5:08 to go in the second quarter, and it's back to a 28-point game.
But the good
Maybe
thing,
29-point game.
Good thing about that, though, she's got everybody else involved.
She has. Here it is, left side Sitton. She'll send it over to Byers, playing with 3 fouls. Nothing to lose right now if you're Clarkrange. You got to have your best 5 out there. Hand off Cottle. Cottle wants a screen. Coming to set it. They switch off with Wood. Here's Cotto again. A drive to the baseline. Wood stays in front. Now pokes it away, but a foul. They'll get her for the reach. Kylie Wood picks up her first, team's first. Just the second foul of the game called on Pickett County.
That's playing great defense. When you play man-to-man, you're going to get the little contact, and these officials letting them play, though. And I love the way they just hedge early. They're ready to switch very early out of those screens.
Baseline inbound, running out of time. Now just thrown over the top and grabbed by Cotto. Cotto to Phillips. One-on-one, Phillips. Working steps back, eyes up now. A nice feed into Cotto. She'll reverse it back out. Gunter with the long three. On the way, no. Rebound down. Long rebound. Saved in, but it went right to Addie Lowe. Lowe quickly ahead. Here's Kylie Wood. The Pickett County speed on display again.
The run out. Good things happen in a run out. And the fist pump back here by Addie Lowe when she saw that happen. Love the assist right there.
Here's a drive inside. Left-hand shot up and good. Explosive take by the freshman Ellie Gunter. That's her 4th point so far. That leads the team. It's 37-8.
She's made a couple of left-handed shots. You look at it and you think, should she be taking that? But they go, so that must be her shot.
Nicholas inside, flips back to Lowe. Nice-looking play, but the turnaround won't go. Gunter with the rebound. Here comes Clarkrange, looking for a little life here, middle of the second quarter. Gunter going to fire it over to Cotto. Cotto now hands off Phillips. Phillips eyes up the whole way. Now works it with the left hand. Gives back to Cotto. Cotto with space, drives inside, contorts and finishes. Caitlin Cotto with the lane. All of a sudden, Clarkrange's offense is back alive. The problem, they're down 27.
Yeah, but they're creating it at the rim, and that's what they weren't able to do in the first quarter. They're getting inside and scoring there.
Now Nicholas throws it over her shoulder to Tompkins. Tough-looking pass made to look easy as that one's knocked out of play. Phillips got a hand on it. It'll stay on this end with Pickett County. 3:24 to play in the first half. It's 37-10.
That's a tough place to throw in right here at Clarkrange. You're in that corner, kind of the end of the bench.
Found Nicholas, though. Triggers the three and hits. It's barely touching the net. Another first-choice Family Care three for Zoe Nicholas.
Silky smooth up top. The triple screen out top to get her free, and she knocks it down.
The third three for Nicholas. Here's Phillips. Long two on the way. That one popped out. No, another rebound and a foul. And I'll tell you, Addie Lowe's on double-double watch early on here, Craig, as she battled with Byers. And no, they called it on Pickett County. So they call Lowe for a hold. That'll be the second on Addie Lowe and the second team foul on Pickett County. My apologies. Inbound, that one's stolen away. Nicholas picks it off, and now in a foot race, you can forget about it. Sitton gives chase. Nicholas puts it in.
Yeah, smart play at the end, too. She got out there, and she just straight up the floor right to the rim.
32-point lead for Pickett County, and now a foul for a reach. Getting a little bit tighter with the whistle, no problem. The foul will go on Star White. That is her first, team's third.
That's kind of what Clarkrange has got to do. They've got to put some pressure on Pickett County, make them play in the transition, not let them have a chance to set up that defense has been so good.
And the one thing Pickett County has been susceptible at times this year is foul trouble. Inbound here, especially in those early games against these powerhouses and other classes. Quick trigger three, good. Caitlin Cotto splashes home the tray, and it's 42-13.
That gives them a chance to jump into their full court pressure a little bit.
Now Lowe breaks it with ease, though. Lowe drives all the way in on Sitton. Puts it up too strong, no good. Fight for the rebound, Lowe has it. Reversal out wide, open three, good. Kylie Wood again, her third first-choice Family Care three.
Star White kept it alive, kept that rebound, and able to get that three for them.
Phillips grabs a little bit of a long pass and now sends it over. Breakdown defensively. Cotto's wide open for three. Can't hit, though. Rebound ricochets. Kept in by Gunter. Gunter fires it over. Now Cotto on the drive. She reverses out to Sitton. Left wing three for Sitton is good.
Both teams shooting it well the last few trips.
Sitton splashes home the three, and it's 45-16. Pickett County still with a commanding 29-point lead. This quarter, though, been much better for Clarkrange. He scored 12 in the frame. Little give and go. Somehow Nicholas grabs and puts it up and in.
Yeah, how did she catch that? Cobble had hands on it, knocked it free, knocked it up in the air. Nicholas just comes down with it. That's the strength of Zoe Nicholas.
11 in the quarter, 18 in the half for Zoe Nicholas. 1:44 to go in the second. It's 47-16. Now pass over right side, Cotto. Cotto surveys the floor. Now tosses it right side, Phillips. Phillips twists, realizes she's open, triggers the three, but can't hit. Another rebound for Kylie Wood. Pickett County with a chance for a 50-burger in the first half. Here's Lowe. Finds the cutting White. What a move by the freshman, but too strong. Rebound down to step for Clarkrange. Here comes Cotto ahead. Cotto over to Phillips, right side. Phillips working on Tompkins. Fires a no-look feed, now reverses Sitton. Just hit one from here, but can't hit another. Rebound down Tompkins, and now numbers if they hurry for Pickett County. Tompkins Going to give to Nicholas. Wide open three. The last person on earth to do that too, but she missed it. Rebound down, and here comes Phillips ahead. Wide open pacing Clarkrange. Phillips floats back to the wing, now tosses it back to Cotto, and we'll see if they slow down for a second.
May hold for the last shot.
That would be conventional wisdom, but you're down 31. Sometimes you just got to make something happen. We'll see what they do. Phillips is looking up at that clock. Looks content to run it for now. Hands off Sitton. 32 seconds. Sitton drives. Sends back Cotto. Cotto on the drive. That one tipped by Nicholas. Now it's a foot race. Nicholas and Phillips going at it. Nicholas has it over the shoulder to Wood. She turns. Puts it up. Can't hit. Rebound tipped. 20 seconds left for Clarkrange.
Well, how about that? Just those hands of Zoe Nicholas to keep that in bounds.
Sitton tosses it over left side to Cotto. Cotto starts to drive, gets inside, throws it up high off the glass. No, low with the rebound and a foul. And this is a big one because with 6.9, it puts Pickett County into the bonus, and Addie Lowe is going to get a chance to shoot two.
Well, Addie Lowe just a few moments ago, how many times have they gotten it to her? Or actually, she's pulled rebounds, and she leads the break. Your center leading the break, dribbling the basketball, that gives these scorers, up that she's not a scorer, she's a great scorer, but that puts these wings in position to hit those threes. And when you've got a weapon like that for your center to bring it up for, this team's going to get better.
Addie Lowe at the Kiesling Insurance free throw line where she hits the first. She has 9 in the first quarter. So it's Nicholas with 18, but 9 for Lowe, 13 for Kylie Wood. As the balance continues for Pickett County. 5 seconds left here for Clarkrange. Gunter ahead. Splits the trap. Got to put up a shot. Does not in time. And that is 2 quarters of dominance by the Pickett County Lady Bobcats on the road in Clarkrange. After 2, Pickett County 49. Clarkrange 16. We'll be back with the Happy Hiller halftime show and head coach Lee J. Amonette on the other side. A commanding 33-point lead for the Lady Bobcats at the break. You're listening or watching high school basketball presented by Livingston Regional Hospital on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amonette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookeville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show at the break. All Lady Bobcats 49-16 over Clarkrange. First half of our doubleheader. We've got a boys game to follow, and we're joined by first-year head coach Lee J. Eminette for the Bobcats. Coach, first of all, thanks for joining us. Secondly, it's been since last Tuesday since you played, so let's talk about that first. What has this kind of last week and a half been with the unknowns, games moving all over the place for your guys?
Sure. So, yeah, it's a tough thing when they're out of school because they don't get a routine. So we try to practice at the same time every day just to get them up, get them out of bed, keep them with some sort of routine intact. But they get cabin fever and they get anxious. So it's something to manage when their schedule gets off. And then with the weather, you know, we just learned today at lunch we're having to bump that red bowling game for a couple of weeks. They've got some travel guidelines with their school system over there. So the juggling act that is the weather here going into district tournament, you know, it's usually that way more often than not, but it's always something to have to be prepared for.
Let's talk about your basketball team right now. Winners of 14 straight games. You get that one over Jackson County. Kind of macro view right now. How are you feeling about where you are here in the home stretch of the regular season?
Really good. You know, to have the winning stretch we've got going. You know, we told the guys it's one game at a time. Don't look too far down the road, and if you take care of the task that's right in front of you, things will work out. We've talked before about how young we are and how we kind of grow up each week, and I think we've continued to do that. The Jackson County game was a big game for us. I thought we looked really talented and mature at times, and then there was a fourth quarter that we looked young, but we were talented enough to still overcome it. So I guess the long answer to a short question, if you're 21-2 at this point, sitting at 4-0 in the conference, really good spot to be in.
Clarkrange is in an interesting spot because they kind of felt they got obviously lopsided in your place, was lopsided against Jackson County. Then they turned around and only lost Jackson County by 1. You've been around this game a long time. These rematches can get weird. What has that messaging been like, that this is a completely different game than the one you had a couple of weeks ago with that young team?
Yeah, absolutely. So we look at it almost like you play 3 seasons. It's before the first of the year, after the first of the year, and the postseason. And each level of that season gets harder. Your opponent knows you. They scout you. The offense that you run before Christmas, a lot of times it's not going to work. You know, in late January, you have to make those adjustments. Clarkrange is a talented team that if they catch some momentum, you know, they're going to be hard to handle. It's a tough place to come play, so it's a really important game for us with the dynamic of the district standings. And
then for you guys, right now you've really found this rhythm of somebody different every night. Sometimes it's Brody, sometimes it's Kelvin, Nathaniel, obviously, Cole J. I think it's 4 guys within 3 points a game of each other. What kind of asset has that been for you in these district games, knowing that somebody different can kind of pick apart a matchup that you may have, and how valuable is that looking ahead here?
Oh, yeah, sure. So, you know, we've had some opponents that have keyed in on a particular player or two, and the other kids are good enough you can't do that to us. You know, that first 5, you know, we talked about having some size and some talent, but you do have to guard all of them. They play unselfishly. We have the ability to make shots from the perimeter. We have the ability to score around the basket this year, which is a strong suit for us compared to where we've been in some recent years. So that front 5, man, if you come out and have 1 or 2 of those guys kind of in your radar, the other ones are going to burn you.
That's Lee J. Eminette. The Bobcats get the Buffaloes coming up after the conclusion of this game, Coach. Appreciate the time. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Again, our thanks to Lee J. Eminette for joining us there during the Happy Hiller halftime show as that continues about 90 seconds away from second half action here in Clarkrange, and a first half dominated by Pickett County. First half scoring for Clarkrange, 5 points apiece for Sophia Sitton and Caitlin Cottle, 4 for Ellie Gunter, and 2 for Lydia Phillips. On the other side, a lot. 18 for Zoe Nicholas leads the way, 12 for Kylie Wood, 13 for Kylie Wood, 10 for Addie Lowe, and 4 apiece for Star White and Emma Tompkins. Craig Cantrell, that was a blitzkrieg by Pickett County. They have left no doubt through 2 quarters and very close to a running clock the entire second half.
This snowstorm or ice storm that we had over the weekend, it just kind of continued rolling. That snowball didn't it? It just, that's the way it happens sometimes. You get a great team that gets really hot. Everybody gets the feeling. They came in fired up. They were ready to come to Clarkrange. They know the tradition here, and they know what you have to do to come in here and get a win. And they were focused, they were intense, and they were fired up. I love the emotion they're showing. It's not over the top emotion, but it's just enough to know that they're ready to play, and they're showing that they're able to play.
I also think you can sense a little bit of pride for their coach right now. Obviously, knowing the history for her in this building. She was on that bench last year as an assistant for Lamar Rogers, and they look like a very motivated basketball team here on the road. For Clarkrange, they're just looking for some sort of momentum here. I mean, this game is out of hand. Let's call a spade a spade. They have to double up their point total from the first half and not allow another point to even have a chance to come back. It's very unlikely. That being said, they want to put together 2 quarters here in this second half to feel good about themselves heading into the home stretch with just 4 games left to go.
And you know who else is looking at this? There's a lot of people in Salina, a lot of people in Red Bowling, a lot of people in
Gainsboro.
That are watching this saying, oh, my goodness, look at what they're doing right now. And if this keeps going, we've got to deal with this. So there's a lot of people having their eyes open right now.
Busy night tomorrow night. Craig Cantrell will be back in his friendly stomping grounds in Hogeye Country as Zoe Nicholas, why not, brings home another first-choice Family Care 3. She now has 21 points, and Pickett County picks up right where they left off.
Clarkrange went zone trap. Pickett County saw it the first time, got a 3 against it. That's pretty good.
More upcoming as we'll give you a preview of the Milestone Physical Therapy scoreboard as Gunter has it. Now sends it over left side, Lydia Phillips. Little head fake, drives into Tompkins, kicks into the corner. Now reversal back out Gunter. 7.5 to go in the third quarter. Pickett County's up 36. The clock's about to run. Left wing side it goes to Sitton. Sitton off a screen, she'll hand off Gunter. Now Phillips. Hands off, now a long 3, Sitton. Had one in the first half, can't hit that one low with another rebound and a foul as Cottle flew in and will pick up the first personal and first team foul against Clarkrange.
Going back to that press, and it looks like they are. Now they're still man-to-man, but they're going to help out of it, looks like, and try to trap Nicholas.
Lowe going to inbound. She fires a football feed that was tipped. Nicholas tries to run it down, but it's knocked out of play and will stay with Pickett County.
They try to double team her, and Pickett County still has a chance to get it to her. Just a quick deflection, able to knock it away, but a pretty good place to throw the ball in right here.
Lowe to inbound here. She just flips it up for Nicholas. Now back to Lowe. Wide open in the corner. Addie Lowe can't connect. Rebound down Phillips, and here they come with the speed. Phillips in a foot race with Tompkins, drives in, puts the shot up, can't get it to go. Another rebound for Lowe. Dangerous feed. Nicholas has it, and now numbers for Zoe Nicholas. Underhand flip right to Wood for the easy lay.
They're having fun. They're just having fun right now. And as a high school player, this is the kind of night that you dream about, and they're having it here tonight.
Bringing it up here. Step back, long jumper on the way and good. Lydia Phillips, it'll be a 3 as she got it into the corner. Lydia Phillips, just 5 points so far for the star for Clarkrange. Tompkins bringing it up in a 54-19 ball game. That is not a typo or a mistake as that one's tipped. Lowe goes to grab. Now sends it ahead to White. White drives inside and finishes. Star White off the glass.
Going through a little contact, too. Stumbled a little bit, and Clarkrange got a player shaken up, but able to go through that contact and go through that little foot stumble there and still finish.
Yeah, sitting a little bit hobbled. Her and Lowe got tangled up going for it in the backcourt there. And so a sub will check in for her. Stella Byers comes in and Sitton, we won't speculate. She looks like she's going to be okay as she makes her way off the floor. We have the boys' game to follow. Clarkrange Buffalo is playing really good basketball. Pickett County, maybe the hottest single-A team in the state. Here's a drive inside, right-hand shot, off the glass and good. Caitlin Cottle now leads Clarkrange with 7 points.
On just for a second, they'd lost Zoe Nicholas. Cottle recognized that, trying to get everybody going toward Nicholas.
Lowe brings it up. Nicholas trying to post up. They instead go right wing side to White. White now goes right past the defender. Look at Star White inside for 2 more.
What about that? Putting it on the deck, going one-on-one, going right to the rim and finishing. That's a freshman making that move.
8 points for Star White. Here's a drive. Another contorting layup is good. Cottle, those are tough shots, but she's finding a way to make it go.
Not a good look at the rim, but still finishing.
Nicholas behind the back move. Look at Zoe Nicholas. Left-hand finger rolls good.
Oh, baby. She's just out there having fun, like we said, and everything's falling for Pickett County right now.
That looks like Craig Cantrell back in the day. Here's Lydia Phillips bringing it up from the low block. Puts it up, can't hit. Tompkins on the rebound, and here they come again. Tompkins wasting no time. Coast to coast. Nobody stopped her, and a foul.
I couldn't have done that if there was nobody out there and they gave me 2 chances to dribble it twice.
I do that all the time. The cameras just aren't on, Craig. As Tompkins goes to the line to shoot 2, look at Lydia Phillips for her first personal team second.
What about that, though? Behind the back, then that little left-handed shot just, like I said, smooth. There's not enough O's in smooth to describe her right now.
First free throw is good for Emma Tompkins, who now has 5 points. I mean, think about it. It is 23 for Nicholas. That's a lot, but 8 for White. You've got 15 for Wood. You've got 10 for Lowe. It is not a one-person show for Pickett County as Tompkins goes 2 for 2. Ahead, Gunter. Going to drive into White now, gives back. Cottle's feeling it inside, puts it back off the glass, and good for 2. They found something with Caitlin Cottle inside.
Well, she's just going strong. There's a long touchdown pass.
What a feed from Lowe to Nicholas, just sitting back, and she gets 2 easy ones.
Sydney Lowe puts the touchdown signal up. Addie Lowe puts the touchdown signal up there when she made that touchdown pass.
She's tried it a few times. That's the prettiest one that they've had. 4:45 to go in the third quarter. It is 64-25. And this is a statement right now by Pickett County being delivered to this entire class. Into the corner, 3 ball on the way. That one won't go. Rebound down. Kylie Wood has it. Wood ahead. Checks over her shoulder, finds White. White on the drive. Reverses to Tompkins, and that was disrupted by Byers. She flew through. She didn't actually touch the ball, but Tompkins couldn't see it and deflected it out of bounds.
Sometimes that's what you need, and she's able to just get in that line of sight and kind of cause that turnover.
And for the first time, Pickett County is going to go to the bench as they'll bring in Kinley Garrett into the game. Tompkins gets a breather.
You know, Garrett brings something to the table, too. She's very aggressive, plays good team basketball.
Cottle has it. She drives inside again, and a foul for a bump on the floor. They're going to get Zoe Nicholas for her first, team's first.
Well, Caitlin Cottle's a senior, and she's just decided I'm going to challenge them inside, make them make plays on me, and she's been able to score a lot on the last few trips.
Inbound here, this one handoff. 3 ball on the way for Phillips and hits Lydia Phillips with her second 3 of the quarter. They're 64-28. Here's Garrett as she gives back to Nicholas. Nicholas in distributor mode right now. The trap arrives, she finds Garrett. Garrett going to reverse over to Lowe. Lowe with another overhand feed, this time to Wood. She gives back Nicholas. Nicholas weaving through traffic, has it poked. Ball's loose on the hardwood, still loose, being touched around, now sitting, gets it back to Gunter. A turnover, here comes Clarkrange. Here's Gunter with a head of steam. She shrugs off Nicholas, steps back for 3, lines it up, can't hit. Rebound tipped by White, grabbed on the baseline by Cottle. Second chance here for the Lady Buffaloes. Sitting back to Cottle. 3:35 to go in the third quarter. 64-28 our score. Here's Cottle. Working off a screen right side. Now she'll hand back Gunter. Now Phillips. Phillips against Wood. Steps back, head fake. Now Gunter going to line to 3, blocked. Star White with the block says, get out of the way. Here comes Star White all alone for 2 more.
That's an impressive play right there. She blocked it right on top of the head of the player that she blocked, able to get around her and get the steal and get the wide open layup.
Now here's Phillips. Defense arrives. Phillips reverses into the corner. Cottle, left wing 3. Can't hit. Rebound tipped out of play. And it'll go to Pickett County. Last touch by Upchurch.
You know, the last couple of times, Clarkrange on the first touch by Nicholas on the offensive end, they've tried to double team her. She's been able to pass out of it, then get it back, and that's when she's had the advantage on getting the basketball back.
Low ahead, Garrett. Garrett finds a cutting Nicholas. Nobody stops her, and Zoe Nicholas puts it in for 2 more.
Zoe Nicholas just thinking, where are you going? I'm going right to the rim, and Coach Rogers has used his last timeout. That's the last one. And have you ever seen the last time out taking this early?
Very rare. Junction Station is Byrdstown's one-stop convenience shop. Fill up your tank, then head inside and enjoy their delicious food menu and unbeatable daily specials. Located at 1160 Livingston Highway, Junction Station is proud to support the Bobcats and Lady Bobcats all season long. Hey, speaking of sponsors, Craig, you look at our sponsor sheet. It's all local sponsors. And one thing I wanted to mention, when everything shuts down and you're at home for 3 days, 4 days, and you're cooking at home and all that, that's very tough on local businesses. So if you're able to this weekend, go out, go see Junction Station, go see Pryor's Auto Spot for that thing in your car that's a little bit off. Go and support your local businesses because it gets really tough when you got 3 days with nothing coming in.
Oh, yeah, that's I don't see how you do it. You know, if you're lucky enough to work somewhere where you didn't have to shut down, then you're doing pretty well. But a lot of people had to miss work and everything. And you go out and support these people because they're the ones that will be there with you when you need them when things are going bad. So go out, you're right. Go out and support them and help them out during this time.
Tomorrow, big matchups across the network. It's headlined by the high school basketball game of the week presented by Mayberry's Furniture. Sparta Upperman round 2. Roy Sewell Gymnasium, myself, Jeremy Tollison, Ella Fox on the call for that one. That's on the main page. Craig will have your action on UCR2. Livingston Academy Stone Memorial. No Pickett County Red Bowling Springs. That's been moved to February. But there will be another game, Shelbyville and Cookeville. That'll be on UCR3 tomorrow night across the network. And then Saturday night, a big one in Eagleville, Pickett County and Eagleville. That boys game. The top 2 ranked teams in the state. And here's a drive and a foul as Cottle went to turn inside. They're going to get this one on Kinley Garrett. It'll be her first, team second.
And you talk about blue bloods. Shelbyville, back in the day, may be the bluest of the bloods because they've got, 12 state championships, I think it is. And Coach Rick Hensel, he built a program there that was just unrivaled back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Zoe Nicholas tips the inbounds pass but can't save it in. It'll stay with Clarkrange. Pickett County leads by 40, and the clock is finally running. 2.5 to go. And so we will have a very quick remainder of the second half. Now a 3 on the way for Sitton. That one's no good. Rebound down to Star White. White sends it ahead. Tompkins twists inside. Defender chasing from behind, a foul. There's a couple of bumps. Phillips and Tompkins share high five, as does Cottle. Good sportsmanship there. Cottle picks up her second. Mentioned how underrated this Pickett County team is. People just looking at the record, Craig, but they don't know what we know as they continue to dominate single-A competition tonight. Only ranked number 9 in the state. There are not 9 1A teams better than this one as Nicholas drives, throws up the runner, and hits.
How many has she got now? This is just she's bound to be getting close to her average.
She is 1 away. 29 points now. 11 in the quarter. 3 ball on the way. That's no good. Rebound down. Lowe has it. Looking for another 30-burger is Zoe Nicholas. Here's Garrett with it. Sends it ahead. Tompkins, twisting grab. Tompkins drives inside, throws it up over her shoulder. No. White right there for the rebound. Put back, count it, in the foul.
Star White, she doesn't show a lot of emotion, but you can see it. She's a competitor. She gets in there and she's just scrapping with you all the time. She gets physical. She's gonna bang her and Addie Lowe inside. That's a couple of players that you're gonna leave with games with bruises. They're gonna get with you and they're gonna box you out. And they play clean. Everything's clean that they do, but they get physical. That's the way you've got to be inside.
White rains home the free throw. How about 9 in the quarter for Star White, 13 in the game. 1, 2, 3, 4 double-digit scores for Pickett County already. They lead by 43 points. Now a 3 ball on the way. Good. Lydia Phillips has found her rhythm in the second half. 3 triples in the quarter for her.
You look and you think they're playing pretty well, but Pickett County's just pulling away even more.
And Phillips, though, will not be denied. She comes back from behind to get the steal. Now she'll drive, puts it up off the glass. No. Low with the rebound. And now has it nearly swiped again. Lydia Phillips gets her hands on it. It's a jump ball, and the arrow belongs to Clarkrange. And this tells you about the character of Lydia Phillips, a senior. It's a blowout. She's still giving it 110%.
Still playing hard is Clarkrange. That's just in the DNA here at Clarkrange. Their history, there's nothing like it. They're going to play hard. They represent this school, and they're going to represent them well.
Inbound sent to Sitton. She's guarded by Garrett. Number 10 versus number 10. Turnaround, Sitton throws it up high off the glass. No, another rebound for Zoe Nicholas. She may be closing in on a triple-double right now with assists as White gives back to Garrett. Now left side White. Tosses it back to Lowe. Lowe works off a trap. Now starts to drive. Lowe says, get out of the way. Addie Lowe with the finish. Count the bucket.
And she wanted contact. She's right there to the official saying, help me out. Give me one here. A little contact. They push me.
44-point lead for Pickett County on the road in Clarkrange. Very few teams do this. As now Abby Stepp in the front court gets a nice feed and lays it in. Here's Nicholas, right wing side. Surveys the floor. Now twists. Fires a fastball into White. Puts it up and good for 2 more.
Boy, if that keeps going, they're going to be really hard to deal with because she's not been one of those high options. All of a sudden, she's moving up that list on options.
44-point lead again. 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. Gunter on the drive. Throws it up wildly. High off the glass. No. White with another rebound. White twisted over to Garrett. 7 seconds left. Garrett sends it over right side to Nora Pryor. She reverses. Zoe Nicholas in rhythm. Looking for the exclamation point. Can't hit. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter. All Lady Bobcats here in Fentress County. 77-33, 1 frame to go in the first half of our doubleheader. Coverage presented by Livingston Regional Hospital on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. Tee-Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931.
Apologies to our friends at Tee Up. We'll tell you more about them as we are quickly back underway, and there's a hurry to play. We understand why. Clock is running. Pickett County up by 44 points, and they will get a foul on Lydia Phillips, her second, team's first. A message being sent tonight by the Lady Bobcats of Pickett County.
I think so, and they're not really trying to do it. They're just playing their game, and everything just flowing tonight for Pickett County.
Yeah, they're making it look really easy right now as Tompkins fires a fastball into Nicholas, who puts it in for 2.
What about Zoe Nicholas? Cutting off a couple of screens, just a little hooty-hoo underneath the basket. They're able to find her. Tompkins whipped that pass right beside the ear of a defender, and Nicholas goes over her average.
31 tonight for Zoe Nicholas. Does go past her 30 points per game average. Here's a drive and kick. Now a baseline drive for Sitton. She picks up her dribble, needs an outlet somewhere. She finds it in the form of Cottle. Cottle had 6 points in the third quarter. Feels like Clarkrange is playing better, but the lead has continued to balloon for the road team. Here's Cottle on the drive and kick. Long 3 for Sitton. That one won't go. Rebound down. Kylie Wood has it. Gives to Lowe, and here they come again. Lowe, what a feed to Tompkins for 2.
Oh, my goodness. Look at the smile on the face of Emma Tompkins. She knows that couldn't be any prettier. You couldn't have laid it out. How do you do that? That's almost an impossible pass to make.
Phillips going to drive inside, puts it up, no good. Low on the rebound. That was an unbelievable pass. Now a dangerous one. This time it's intercepted. Gunter has it. Maybe getting a little bit greedy with that one. Gunter on the drive has it knocked out of her hands in a foul. And this will be 2 free throws for Allie Gunter.
Hey, you're quarterback, and if you're hot, you're going to keep throwing that deep ball. Everybody loves the deep ball. That's what she's tried to do. Just throw it long, go deep, and run out.
Hey, we want to give a big shout-out to our friends over at WDEB. They do a great job up here. Gary Clark and the crew in Fentress County, both here and at York Institute, helping us with the connection tonight, getting us hardwired in. They do great work up here. We appreciate Gary, great local folks, as Gunter makes the first free throw.
I was thinking the other day, Gary may be the only one that's been around as long as I have. You know, he's getting close to where I'm at. And let me tell you, if you haven't heard Gary Clark,
that's great.
You need to tune in on a Friday night when he's really got a football game rolling. If you don't enjoy football, you'll still just laugh your sides off. He's hilarious. He's a great broadcaster, great guy.
Absolutely. Gunter goes 2 for 2 at the line. Drive in. Nicholas puts it up with the right hand and good. Zoe Nicholas up to 33. Yeah, Gary and the crew, they're in it for the right reasons. They're all about the kids, and we love that. And we appreciate them helping us out tonight in a place where it's not easy to get connection sometimes.
Yeah.
Here's a drive inside. Now a kick out. Gunter passes up the long one and drives in. Tompkins with a hand on the hip will get called for her first.
What about that last score by Zoe Nicholas? She takes it up, and she's got 2 players just hanging all over. They're holding on to the shooting arm. They're holding on onto the free arm. She's able to power through it, just get it to kick over the front of the rim and drop through. She's impressed me here tonight.
Here's a drive inside Phillips, a little bit too strong. Rebound down, Kinley Garrett has it. And an impressive freshman is going to play a lot more in the coming years. Sends it ahead to Zoe Nicholas. Nicholas weaving through traffic again. Picks up her dribble, finds a cutting Low. Low is hacked and fouled. They'll get that one on Byers. I believe it'll be her fourth. And now the chirping begins. It's been, when a game gets this lopsided this quick, it takes some of the vitriol out.
Yeah.
But, they don't love each other here. It's just inbound to Nicholas. She's triple teamed and fouled.
No, it's a rivalry. It's a big rivalry right here. And just because there's a lot of connections here. Like we said, they're not far apart, so they know each other. They see each other out in different areas, and it's a friendly rivalry, though.
That'll be the fourth on Cottle as Tompkins has it. Twist it back for Nicholas. 4:19 to go in the ball game. Pickett County threatening to go up by 50. Pass ahead, here's Lowe. Lowe hands off Nicholas. Give and go, puts it up, can't finish. She wanted to pass and decided to shoot at the last second. Here's Cotto in the half court for Clarkrange. Picks up her dribble, sends it over to Phillips. She'll line up the corner three and hits. Lydia Phillips. She's got 4 threes in the second half. We passed the midway point of the fourth quarter with the clock running. Here's Tompkins on the drive. Puts it up and in.
Is she into double figures yet? She's got to be getting close.
She just hit double figures. Now the fifth different Lady Bobcat. All 5 starters have at least 10 points tonight.
How do you scout that? You've got everybody scoring in double figures. Who do you pick?
And they're 15 away from triple digits as they'll get a reach-in called here. And now Coach Brittany Cooper is going to empty the bench. And this one goes on Tompkins. It'll be her second. And it looks like Zoe Nicholas' day will be done with 33. Emma Tompkins' day will be done with 10. And Addie Lowe's day will be done with 12.
It's a pretty good 3 coming out right there. They're kind of the backbone of this team, and they played well tonight.
When you can empty the bench with over 3 minutes to go, things going pretty well. Another foul is called, and this will be 2 free throws upcoming for Clarkrange. See who's going to the stripe. This one's going to be Caitlin Cottle. And Clarkrange is a much better basketball team than this score will indicate. Tonight, all about the way Pickett County came on the road ready to play.
Yeah, just the intensity they came out with, the focus they came out with. Coach Brittany Cooper had them ready, and they came out, they executed the game plan, and they had fun. Sometimes when you're having fun, good things just continue to happen. That's kind of what happened tonight.
First one by Cottle was no good. Second one missed as well. Rebound loose, wrestled away, and then stolen by Phillips on the handoff. And Lydia Phillips continuing to play at 100%. Got to love that. 16 points for her. Now another steal, but it's can't be saved inbounds. It'll stay with Pickett County as we go near 2:20 to play.
And they've opened some eyes tonight. Like I talked about earlier, people are going to be watching this, and they're going to say, what do we take away? Because there's so many ways they can score. There's a good steal.
Steal here. Phillips going to drive ahead and lays it in off the steal and the score. Lydia Phillips has 7 in the quarter. Now Nora Pryor with pressure from behind. Phillips has another steal. She had 11 against Red Bowling Springs, and Brittany Cooper says enough. She's going to empty the bench. She put all her starters back in the game. Said no more of that as Phillips got 2 more. And a timeout will be called for subs. And Coach Rogers, this is his right, didn't decide to empty the bench. So Brittany Cooper says, okay, my starter's going back out there.
Yeah, you just got to finish it out here, and now they're going to make them take a time. They're going to take the timeout
so
here.
Lamar Rogers wants to take the timeout. He doesn't have to agree to the time for subs, and so they will take the timeout on the floor here. Don't forget, we're moments away from the Livingston Regional Hospital postgame show. No real milestone physical therapy scoreboard because of all those games tomorrow. Once again, the game of the week, White County hosting Upperman. Then on UCR2, that's where Craig will be as Livingston hosts Stone Memorial in a District 7 3A matchup. And then down in Shelbyville, it'll be Shelbyville and Cookville. Looks like that start time could potentially move up. We'll know for sure in the morning.
You talk about that. Of course, Mike Buck coaches the Stone Memorial girls. Of course, Mike played here, took them to the Final Four in the state tournament in 1988 when he was a player here at Clarkrange. And did he not coach Pickett County maybe to the state championship there? So a lot of tie-ins with him in these 2 programs, isn't it?
No doubt about it. And that's one of the fun things about Upper Cumberland basketball, all the crossover between these schools.
And you talk about one of the good guys. Mike Buck's one of the good guys in coaching in this Upper Cumberland area.
He is, and you'll get to see him tomorrow. Inbound here to Tompkins. Now she'll get back to Lowe. Starters back out there as Clarkrange goes back into the press. Pass ahead. Here's Zoe Nicholas. We thought her day was done. Not so fast. Nicholas wants 2 more. Can't finish. Rebound knocked out of play. And they will call it a foul. And this will be 2 free throws upcoming. As it puts Clarkrange into the bonus, they'll get Zoe Nicholas for her second.
Now you got to look ahead for what Pickett County's got as they're kind of solidifying their hold on this district. Now that Jackson County game, that's the one that becomes the one that everybody's looking at right now, isn't it?
It is. In Gainsboro, as that should have been 5, and I think they're just recognizing that now. It should have been 2 free throws. And the good news is the clock is running anyway, so they can just get up on the ball. Well, they've stopped it now with 1:28 to go. Clock should continue to run in a 41-point game.
Kind of different every gym you go to, isn't it?
It is.
It's just the clock keeper.
As the first one is good for Phillips. Lydia Phillips going to end up with a strong stat line here. She has 10 in the quarter, 21 in the game. Had those 6 in quick succession. Goes 2 for 2 here. Low ahead, all alone is Kylie Wood, who drives in and is fouled.
Yeah, they tried to match up with everybody close, but Addie Lowe, she's dangerous with that long throw. And if you get somebody behind the defense, she's going to hit them, and they're going to score out of it.
And that is the 5th on Caitlin Cottle, and now the clock is running. Pickett County goes to the line. 2 free throws upcoming here for Kylie Wood, who has 15 points today.
They're getting a sub in for one of the posts, but now going to have to bring a guard in for Cottle as well, I would think.
And this is, I suspect, a little gamesmanship, bleeding that clock even further down. And they will get Byers back into the game with 4 fouls. Free throw on the way and good for Kylie Wood. Certainly 2 teams that could see each other again in a couple of weeks in the 7 single A tournament or even the region tournament.
Coach Brittany Cooper coming back home. She's got to be more than pleased with the way the things went her first trip.
Missed free throw, offensive rebound for Emma Tompkins. Second chance here for the Lady Bobcats. Low over to Nicholas. Corner 3 on the way. That's no good. Rebound down, another second chance. This is Wood. Second offensive board of the possession. Now Tompkins over to Low, 33 seconds to go. Back to Nicholas. Give and go over to Low. She puts it up strong, and a foul, a charge. They'll get Addie Low, and a hard fall inside for Sitton. That was a big-time collision, and she went down hard on the floor and is in some discomfort.
Yeah, kind of hit right on the tailbone, and that's a tough spot right there. And they're down there checking on her. She was kind of shaken up earlier, and now hits the floor hard.
17.6 seconds to go is now Sitton. It's the second time she's been hit. Earlier was a little bit up high. That time trying to walk it off. Coach Rogers checking on her. Sitton, the senior, has 5 points tonight, and Lowe goes over and shakes her hand. Good show of sportsmanship there. 17.6 seconds, and now at this point, let's just everybody get out of here healthy. Yeah. Let's move on.
That's the key right here, and like we said, not a lot left till tournament time, and if you're a Pickett County fan, you've got to think this team is peaking right now, and they've just got to continue that for the next few weeks.
Yeah, they have continued their ascent, no question. Going to remain undefeated in 2026. Their 8th straight win. 10 seconds to go here. Gunter has it. No fouls is what Coach Brittany Cooper says. Here's a drive for Phillips. They let her go, and she puts it in. Lydia Phillips with 2 more, a strong second half. But that will do it. A dominant win for Pickett County on the road. Final score tonight from Clarkrange. Pickett County 86, Clarkrange 48.
Just an impressive win. They're just rolling right now. Like I said, if they have fun that way, then good things are going to happen, and that's something that you can keep going. And they will respond to adversity. They're going to face a little adversity as the rest of the season goes on. But if you keep having fun that way, you can play through it.
As we welcome you into the Livingston Regional Hospital postgame show, a dominant effort by Pickett County. They win their 8th consecutive game. They're now 13-9 and stay all alone in first place, the only unblemished team in District 7 Single A. Scoring is as follows: 24 tonight for Lydia Phillips, 11 for Caitlin Cottle, 6 for Ellie Gunter, 5 for Sophia Sitton, and 2 for Abby Stepp, for a team total of 48 for the Lady Buffaloes. On the other side for Pickett County, how about 33? For what's got to continue to be the favorite for Miss Basketball in this classification, Zoe Nicholas. Kim Rosamond, I'll talk to her on Saturday. I'm going to tell her you're getting a really good one from Byrdstown. She knows she is. 16 for Kylie Wood, 15 for Star White, 10 for Emma Tompkins, 12 for Addie Lowe, and that is 5 scores in double figures. Every starter had double digits tonight for Brittany Cooper's squad. Pretty easy one when it comes to the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game.
It really is. Zoe Nicholas just did everything. You got to look at Addie Lowe. She had some highlights too, but Nicholas is going to be the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. But boy, like I talked about, when you've got 5 scoring in double figures, you know who the linchpin is in Zoe Nicholas, but you've got to worry about everybody now. Star White, I think, had the breakout game of the season maybe for her. I don't know what she's done the entire season. Haven't been able to see all of the games, but I was just impressed with what she did. And Kylie,
Wood.
Kylie Wood, she defensively, I thought was what she did so well. And they just did a lot of things, and hey, they just made it fun tonight to call.
It was very fun to call tonight indeed. And that was just part 1. The Clarkrange Buffaloes are playing great basketball under third-year head coach Brent Logan, but they got a juggernaut tonight. The Pickett County Bobcats are absolutely rolling, looking to continue that here on the road at a very tough place to play. We'll step aside for a brief intermission and come back with another Ammonette's Eagle Auction and Realty Company pregame show. It's going to be the Bobcats against the Buffaloes. But the first half of our doubleheader sees Pickett County roll. Next up for the Lady Bobcats, Saturday. Again, the Red Rolling Springs game been moved to later in February. Saturday, a 5 o'clock tip-off at Eagleville for Clarkrange. Next up Tuesday night on the road at Red Bowling Springs on Tuesday night for Clarkrange, who's now 2-4 in District 7 single A.
And you know about what feels like maybe the smallest gym in the Upper Cumberland? Red Bowling kind of feels like the smallest gym in the Upper Cumberland.
It absolutely does. That's a great point for Clarkrange. That will be a battle on Tuesday night. That'll do it for us for the first half of our doubleheader. Much more to come from Clarkrange. Don't go anywhere. It's time for another Amonette's Eagle Auction and Realty Company pregame show. Exciting atmosphere tonight here in Fentress County as the visiting Pickett County Bobcats take on the hosting Clarkrange Buffaloes. I'm Noah McKay back on the call with the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Craig Cantrell. And I don't say that facetiously. He is the greatest of all time in the Upper Cumberland. And Craig, this Pickett County team under first-year head coach Lee J. Amonette, which is not your average first-year head coach, they are a juggernaut right now. Winners of 14 straight games, 21-2 on the season, all alone in first place in District 7 Single A, trying to continue that dominance here tonight.
Well, we're talking Single A basketball. How many times, I've been around forever, and I don't know that I've ever seen a Single A basketball team that everybody that starts is 6'2" or bigger. How do you do that? I mean, that just doesn't seem to happen. They're huge. I remember calling the game up in Jamestown when they played York. They hit 13 threes. If you're 6'2" and plus, size-wise, and you hit 13 threes, kind of like the girls earlier, what are you going to do? How are you going to match up? I mean, it's just pick your poison with Pickett County, and they've got so much poison that it's going to be hard to stop it.
They're coming off a 65-56 victory over Jackson County. That dramatic game, they led by 21. Jackson County comes back, cuts it to 2, but the Bobcats defend their home floor against the number 3 ranked team in the state, and as such, they are the consensus number 2 ranked team in the state of Tennessee. BCAT, Tennessee Sports Writers Association, USA Today poll, and number 2 in the Upper Cumberland. They are 6-1 against 1A competition. They get their shot at revenge on Saturday against number 1 ranked Eagleville, a game where they led in the 4th, gave up a comeback, looking for revenge, but they have to avoid a look-ahead spot tonight because Clarkrange under head coach Brent Logan, 13-10, 2-3 in the district. They lost against Jackson County in their first meeting by 20 points. Last week, they lost by just 1. It's a Clarkrange team playing good basketball. They had won 2 straight ahead of that game, but they have lost 16 straight games against this Pickett County squad. Pickett County wants to do what the girls did, which is bury them early. Clarkrange wants this to be a 4-quarter fight tonight, Craig.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. They need to get off to that quick start, take the crowd out of it. Some of the crowd may leave a little bit after that girls' game, but you want to take the crowd out of it, come out, establish your game early, and just like the girls did, and just kind of make it where that you can kind of cruise for a couple of quarters.
Let's get to the People's Bank starting lineups. We appreciate People's Bank for being the presenting sponsor of the starting lineups here and at Livingston Academy. Starting tonight for the Clarkrange Buffaloes and their head coach Brent Logan with a record of 13 victories and 10 losses. They are 2-3 in District 7 Single A. Number 1, a sophomore, Mason McWhirter. Number 2, a sophomore, J.D. Bristol. Number 5, a sophomore, Dalen Davis. Number 15, a junior, Tristan Taylor. And their star, number 24, a senior, averaging 16 points a night, Brighton Swallows. Their opponents tonight, the Pickett County Bobcats, and their head coach Lee J. Amonette with a record of 21 victories and 2 losses, a perfect 4-0 in District 7 Single A, winners of 14 straight games. Starting tonight, number 4, a sophomore, Abram Phillips. Number 10, the freshman, Kelvin Cobb. Number 12, a sophomore, Brody Pryor. Number 21, a junior, Nathaniel Cobb. And number 23, the reigning freshman of the year in the Upper Cumberland, the sophomore, Cole J. Amonette. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Craig Cantrell, the lovely Madison McKay producing things. And we only have one broadcast, so she's able to fully produce this game. That's why it's been really pristine tonight. We got the Game of the Week equipment out, and we're the only show in town. And this should be a fun basketball game. The first 4 minutes or so going to be pivotal for both teams.
Oh, yeah, especially with Clarkrange. Clarkrange knows that they're the underdog here. Even at home, they know that they've got to come out and they've got to play well early. They don't have to win the first quarter. They've got to be close, though, at the end of the first quarter for this to be a game. So this first 8 minutes will tell a whole lot of the tale for these two teams tonight.
Pickett County basketball is presented by Livingston Regional Hospital. Just down the road, if you're in Byrdstown, you think, man, I think I need to get to the ER. Livingston Regional Hospital, the only place you should think about going. We appreciate them. Not only do they present Pickett County basketball, they're an all-inclusive sponsor here at UCR, our top sponsorship tier. Pickett County in their road, black uniforms, black shorts, gold numbers, and letters with white trim. Clarkrange, home white uniforms, white shorts, gold numbers on the front and the back, blue trim. Here we go. Let's get it on here in Fentress County. Pickett County attacks left to right on your screen as we're here right courtside at Clarkrange. Into the corner, Cole J. Amonette fires a pass tipped out of play by Mason McWhirter. And the area where Clarkrange has really gotten better, the defensive side of the basketball, 49 points per game allowed. That has been a big jump from the first 2 seasons under head coach Logan, who has turned this program around. They were in the dumps, 5-21 his first season, 16-15 last year, as Cole J. Amonette says, stop talking, brings home a first-choice family care 3.
Well, that's where they're dangerous. You've got that size, and that can spread the floor. That can give you open looks, and Amonette in that coffin corner knocks it down on the straightaway shot.
Right side, here's J.D. Bristol. Bristol averaging just a hair under 10 a night. He'll send it over left side to McWhirter. The sophomore into the corner, bobbled and out of play. Davis couldn't get his hands on it. Mentioned the star is Brighton Swallows, number 24, 16.3 points, 7 rebounds a night. He's a 63% shooter, 38% from three, 79% from the free throw line. As Clarkrange going to start in their zone defense here, a 3-2 look. Maybe even a 2-1-2 aspect to it as they move it around. Here's Cobb as Nathaniel sends it over to Pryor. Brody Pryor to the spot, and they'll call him for a travel. Say he slid that back foot before getting there, and it'll go back the other way.
Teams exchange turnovers. I think the positive thing about Pickett County forcing the turnover on the first Clarkrange possession, that defense is so aggressive by the Bobcats, made them take their eyes off of it. That means they're thinking about what they're playing against, so that's always tough.
McWhirter has it left wing side here. Pickett County in their 2-3 zone. Here's a drive inside. Slicing through the free throw line, now back out. Here's Swallows. First touch for Brighton Swallows in this game. Swallows weaves through the zone, throws it up wildly. Tough shot. Brighton Swallows somehow gets it to go.
Yeah, just a floater. Didn't really shoot the ball, just kind of came out of his hands toward the rim and falls in.
9 days off for Pickett County as they'll send it over left side. Here's Kelvin Cobb now back to Eminette. Pryor has it, he'll fire it in Nathaniel. Nathaniel turns, pivots, steps through, puts it up. Good, counted in the foul.
Old school, that little up and under move, just kind of step through, get your body between the defender and the rim and draw the contact and get a chance at three.
Nathaniel Cobb, the junior, he's having a great season so far as McWhirter picks up his team's first. At the Kiesling Insurance free throw line, Nathaniel hits, and it is a 4-point lead for the Bobcats on the road.
Both teams making it a 94-foot game. Pickett County in a 1-3-1, kind of a defense that a lot of people are playing here lately.
McWhirter has it here. He'll bounce it over right side, Bristol. Bristol surveys, 6:10 to go in the first quarter, just getting things started. A flip pass left side, this one grabbed by Taylor. Taylor to Swallows. Swallows from the top of the key, back to Bristol. Bristol underhand flips right side, Davis. Davis into the corner, this one grabbed McWhirter. The sophomore tries to get it inside. Contested grab, now back out. McWhirter lines up the three, can't hit, rebound tipped, and Kelvin Cobb comes away here for the Bobcats. Here's Amonette in the front court. Amonette fastball in, looking for Cobb. He somehow saved it in. Did he? No. Out of bounds. Possession back to Clarkrange.
Quick hands by Clarkrange. They saw that backdoor cut. You can't always stop it, but if you get a deflection, you can make things happen. Then Cobb trying to save it, turns it over.
6-2 our score. 5:40 to go in the first quarter. Bringing it up here is Dalen Davis. McWhirter slicing through traffic. He'll dump it off into the corner. Swallows baseline drive goes up and a block. Abram Phillips had himself a chance at it, but they'll call him for the first personal foul of the game against Pickett County, and 2 free throws upcoming for Brighton Swallows.
Well, the key to that 1-3-1, that first trap. You've got to close that first trap quickly, because if they are able to get out of that, then you've got numbers, and they were able to do so, and that got them to the rim, got them a chance to get to the free throw line.
First one good for Swallows. 6-3 our score. 5:31 to go in the first quarter. And if you take this game in kind of 2-minute increments, right now Clarkrange doing what they need to do to turn it into a fight.
And that's what they've got to do. They've got to play it just in stages, and so far it's working for them.
Pickett County won the first meeting by 29 points on January 9th in Byrdstown. Nathaniel Cobb has it. Cobb fires it to Pryor on the pick and roll. Pryor puts it up and in.
Defender falling down, kind of grabbed Pryor. Pryor able to pull through that and still score the bucket.
Brody Pryor over 14 a night, just a hair in front of 3 other Bobcats, all averaging at least 11 a game. 4 in total are doing that. Not to be outdone, Kelvin Cobb at 8 a night. So all 5 starters average at least 7.5 points a night.
That's pretty impressive, too. That's hard to scout. You just don't know where the offense is coming from, because each night somebody's going to have the hot hand.
Here's Bristol in the hottest gym in the Upper Cumberland, Clarkrange. He'll hand off. This one grabbed by Taylor. Taylor hands off. Davis now. Trying to move the zone a little bit. Swallows gets the head fake in the drive baseline. Cobb picks him up. Swallows now double teamed. Able to underhand flip. Nice feed to Bristol. 8-4, 4.5 to play in the first. Bristol sends it over right side. Swallows. Swallows with an absolute howitzer to McWhirter. Now back out. There's a hockey term for you. Howitzer. Bristol.
Clarkrange playing very patient. That's one thing that they want to do. They don't want to give easy buckets to Pickett County, make them work defensively.
Errant pass. Can they save it in? They can, but it goes right to Kelvin Cobb. Here comes Pickett County. They are not going slow. Cole J. Amonette has it poked from behind, knocked out of play, and it will go to Clarkrange.
That's kind of the way the breaks are going Clarkrange way right now.
Checking into the game. First sub is Braxton Sears, the senior. He'll check in here.
You talk about people having 9 days off. I think it's showing a little more than it did in the girls' game. I think they're kind of trying to feel their way back into this one right now.
And now an offensive foul on the clear-out attempt to get space against Phillips. I think they're going to get McWhirter on this one. They do, and it is Mason McWhirter's second personal. Pickett County gets the ball back here in the middle of the first quarter. And last for Clarkrange was 7 days ago at Jackson County last Thursday. They fell in that one-point game where really almost had the upset that somebody's looking for to get into the mix among that top two. Two of the top 3 teams in the state in one district. Not a lot of room to breathe for the others.
No, and Jackson County's veterans. They're an experienced team coming from the state runner-up a year ago in AA. So they're going to be a factor in the tournament.
Pass over here is Nathaniel Cobb. Cobb back to Amonette. He had a 3 to open up the game. Now Cole J gives back to Cobb. Nathaniel over to Pryor. Head fake for Brody Pryor. McWhirter bodies him up. Pryor steps through. Strong take for big Brody Pryor.
That's the way to square up. Gets that step through, but then get the feet set the way you need them. Use that size to keep the defender away from you.
McWhirter sends back over. This one grabbed Taylor. Now he'll give back. 3 ball on the way. Sears off the bench, and he reigns home the triple. Braxton Sears from downtown. Now a quick outlet knocked out of play. It'll stay with Pickett County. Lee J. Amonette not pleased with the defensive effort that possession.
No, they didn't rotate to the player down in the corner. He's got to step up and take away that, go station to station, make him make that skip pass, and that makes that shot a whole lot tougher.
Inbound here, Nathaniel Cobb. He'll survey the floor. And now puts it on the hardwood. Swallows shadowing as he gives back Amonette. Now left side. Here's Kelvin Cobb. Kelvin off a screen. He'll drive inside. Cobb to the point. Turn around. Right-hand shot. Can't hit. Rebound down. McWhirter has it. Able to save it over as he's losing his footing. And a chance for Clarkrange to get within 1 or tie. Swallows works it over right side. This one grabbed by Sears. Sears surveys. Now gives back to Taylor. Taylor into the corner. Left wing side rather. Bristol. Bristol spins. Now back out they go. Pickett County now in a man-to-man. Swallows works it over right side. J.D. Bristol. 2.5 to play in the first quarter. It's 10-7. Left side, here it is. Picking up his dribble now back to Sears. Kelvin Cobb tries to stay in front.
Man-to-man, but they're really trying to help inside. They're trying to keep somebody with a foot in the paint at all times as this Pickett County defense.
Taylor sends it over left side. This one grabbed McWhirter, still playing with 2 fouls. He's going to have to be careful. Here's a drive, Sears and a charge. Right to the spot, and that's a really nice job by the freshman Kelvin Cobb as he goes down. Braxton Sears called for his first, team's third.
Well, down on the other end, Mason McWhirter extended that arm. Once you see it, once they start calling it, they're going to keep calling it. They've got 2 now. They extend the arm down here. You just got to play. You got to adjust to the officials. If they're calling that, you can't extend that arm. They'll get you every time.
Once the arm extends, you're going down.
Yeah.
That's basketball 101. As Amonette goes left side, here's Cobb. This is Nathaniel. He'll give off to Brody Pryor. Pryor surveys the floor. Amonette tries to get good defense, but he finally gets there. Amonette floats back. McWhirter there defensively. Over to Kelvin. Now Nathaniel. Nathaniel fakes the handoff. Now kicks back Amonette. Off the dribble. Now he'll pull up for 3. Cole J. Amonette can't hit. Rebound right back to it. Now in the mid-range, he'll sky up and hits that one. Cole J. Amonette with 5 in the first quarter.
That's not quitting on it. That's just following your own shot, knowing that you've got the best chance to get a rebound. Here's the steal.
Amonette with the steal. Here he comes in transition. Coast to coast. Left-hand lay. Won't go. Rebound tipped. And they're going to get Kelvin Cobb for a forearm into the back here, I believe. So wipe the basket off. And they'll get Kelvin Cobb, and that is his first.
Yeah, you saw that pretty well from this angle, and they get the call, and now a timeout.
Brent Logan wants timeout to talk about things here. We're in the Upper Cumberland Generators broadcast booth, and this gives us an opportunity to tell about our friends at Pryor's Auto Spot. They're home of the best truck and car repair service in Byrdstown. The expert mechanics at Pryor's Auto Spot are ready to get you back on the road quickly and professionally. Call 931-864-3926 to set up an appointment with a clear estimate and no hitting costs. Pryor's Auto Spot is proud to support the Pickett County Bobcats and Lady Bobcats. Pickett County with the lead right now, Craig, but wasn't that explosive start necessarily they were looking for.
No, it really wasn't. And you got to give Clarkrange credit for that. And the clock is stuck.
That was a great sound.
that stayed a while. Something must have stuck there on the board. But Clarkrange, you got to give them credit. They played fundamental basketball. They're trying to extend the play, extend the possession, try to not make turnovers. I talked about it once and caused them to make one. Maybe that broadcaster's curse. You know how that goes. But if they can continue to do that, they can hang around here at home.
Minute 25 to go out of the timeout by Coach Logan. Pick it back into their press. Here's a handoff. Sears And he'll toss it back over McWhirter. They just go back and forth to get it into the front court. Sears over to McWhirter. Now into the mid-range, weaving through traffic. And a travel goes uncalled. They'll kick it back. Here's a drive in McWhirter. Kick into the corner. Quick trigger three. High arcer. Can't hit. Rebound tipped. Second chance for Clarkrange. Rare when teams get that on this Bobcats team. Pass over right side. Here's McWhirter. He drives into traffic. Forced back. Working over to Swallows. Swallows. Jab steps. And now back to Sears. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. McWhirter fires a pass. Grabbed by Swallows. Swallows drives on Pryor. Just throws it up over his shoulder. No. Rebound tipped, and Brody Pryor comes away.
Kind of forced that one a little bit. He was double teamed, just nowhere to go.
Here's Abram Phillips on the drive. Flop, play on. Phillips puts it up. No good. Rebound punched. Still loose. Phillips has it for a moment. Bobbling. Grabbing for it. Bodies everywhere. And we'll have a tie-up. The arrow belongs to Clarkrange.
Well, they're going after it, aren't they? There's just a lot of players going after the loose basketball, and that's just what comes from. We talk about the girls' rivalry. This is a big rivalry right here between these two boys' teams.
32 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's 12-7. Inbounds pass hit the bottom of the net, but stays alive. Here comes J.D. Bristol. Now into the corner. Three ball on the way. Good. Braxton Sears with his second triple off the bench in the first quarter, and all of a sudden it's a one-score game with 15 seconds to go in the frame.
And Pickett County looks like they want the last shot, but we talked about it. If Clarkrange is close, they can be in this game. Now Pickett County trying to extend it a little more.
Kelvin Cobb with it, 5 seconds to go. He'll send it left side, Amonette. Amonette to the elbow. He'll sky up, can't hit. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. After one here in Fentress County. It's Pickett County 12, Clarkrange 10. This is high school basketball presented by Livingston Regional Hospital on the Watson Chevy UC Art Media Network.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media. Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. T-Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UC.
Welcome back. First possession here of the second quarter, and it's Pickett County leading by 2 here over Clarkrange. Back and forth first quarter. Pickett County led throughout, but Clarkrange hanging around as Brody Pryor muscles in, won't go. Rebound down. Kelvin Cobb has it. Power dribbles and puts it up, around, and through.
Well, what about that tap to himself? That's just a great play by a tall player. You go over the top of everybody, tap it straight up there, and just go get it.
Now Clarkrange trying to answer back Swallows. Shot fake, the old Kobe Bryant play. He puts it in for 2.
Yeah, that's pretty. Just let them fly by and then lay it up and in. Just a scorer's mentality there to be able to do that.
That is 6 so far for Swallows, the leading scorer in the game by average entering tonight for both teams. Here's Pryor, 7:10 to go in the second quarter. Pryor picks up his dribble, gives back to Kelvin Cobb. Fresh into the game is Max Moody, the junior. He has it from the top of the key, works it over to Amonette, now right side Kelvin Cobb. 14-12 our score.
Essentially a 5-out right here by Pickett County, just trying to get somebody breaking free on a backdoor cut.
Cobb has it right side, back to Moody, now left side Nathaniel. Nathaniel works off a Pryor screen, he rolls back, now reversal to Kelvin. Had space, passes up the look, back to Nathaniel.
I think they got the mismatch that Coach Amonette wants with Pryor inside, just haven't been able to give him the ball yet.
McWhirter already has 2 fouls. Pryor there against him offensively. Here's Nathaniel Cobb on the drive. Shoulders in. Fade away. Tough shot. Good for Nathaniel Cobb.
Double team doesn't matter sometimes. That fall away is deadly when you can knock it down. That's a pretty shot.
Now weaving through traffic is Bristol. He sends a pass. Now touched over to McWhirter. McWhirter fires a tip pass. Bristol gathers. Floats out to the wing. Bristol tries to drive past Eminette, throws it up with the right hand, tough shot, and J.D. Bristol's on the board for the first time.
He was behind the rim. His body was out of bounds when he shot that one. Pickett County made it extremely tough, but he's able to score anyway.
5:55 to go in the second as Eminette sends it over left side. This one grabbed Nathaniel Cobb. Baseline drive, explosive take, fouled on the floor on his way in. So take the shot off the board. 5:49 to play in the first half, and they'll get the foul called on Sears. That is the second on Braxton Sears. Abram Phillips back in, checking in for Max Moody. Stick around during the Happy Heller halftime show. Sorry, Craig. Brittany Cooper will be on. We'll talk to the Lady Bobcats head coach.
That right there may be what Pickett County needed, though. That drive was the most powerful drive they've had tonight. Now they just need to grow from that, and here he goes back inside.
And we'll have a foul for a hold if those screeners were moving off, and they'll get the hold on Swallows. That'll be his first, team's second.
Think Coach Cooper will be a little happy?
She's going to have this. I would imagine it's a pretty good night for her.
I would think so.
Eminette inbounds here to Cobb. He'll get back Phillips now around Nathaniel Cobb. Nathaniel fires it into Pryor. Power dribble, turnaround. Brody Pryor having a great start to this game and a great start to this season. He's got 6.
Just that soft touch. Again, just flick it. Don't really shoot it. Just right at the rim. Just kind of drop it in for that 2.
Pass fired over right side. This one grabbed Sears. He'll line up the deep 3. He's feeling it. Nothing but net. Braxton Sears has 3 triples so far off the bench, and it's a 1-point game. And now an errant pass out of play. All out of sorts is Pickett County, and Lee J. Eminette wants 30 seconds to talk about things here with 5:11 to go in the half.
Well, the biggest thing right now Pickett County may want to do is attack Braxton Sears. He's picked up 2 fouls. You need to go at him. Make him play defense. Make him work on that defensive end. Try to get number 3 and try to influence them to have to take him out and kind of limit what he's able to do. Clarkrange they just keep hanging around, though, and again, they're doing it on the defensive end. They're making things happen there. They're just solid defense, just quick hands, long arms. They're not that big, but those arms, they play well, and they shoot the passing lanes very well, does Clarkrange.
18-17 our score. We got 3 games for you tomorrow night. The game of the week, Upperman, White County, round 2 from Roy Sewell Gymnasium. Myself, Jeremy Tollison, Ella Fox on the call. Craig will have the action from Hogeye Country as Livingston welcomes in Stone Memorial. And then Shelbyville will take on Cookeville. Potential change of start time there. We'll let you know when we know. 5:08 to go here in the first half. Clarkrange within 1 with the basketball. Here's J.D. Bristol. He'll send it over left side to Sears. Sears surveys, now he'll dump it over left side, grabbed by Swallows. Swallows sends a pass back out to McWhirter. McWhirter sends it over to Bristol. Bristol from the wing starts to drive, now retreats, activates on the drive inside. Bodies hit the deck as he'll kick out McWhirter. McWhirter with a skip pass to Sears. He'll touch it over, now a baseline drive inside. Somehow able to keep his footing is Taylor. A long possession again developing for the Buffaloes of Clarkrange.
And it was made possible by that catch that they made over here in the corner. I don't see how he made that catch. That thing was just humming toward him.
Taylor gives over right side. McWhirter again. Now Swallows. He got open for 3. Can't hit. Pickett County fortunate that he missed that one. Nearly a 40% three-point shooter. Here's Nathaniel Cobb. Coast to coast on the clear out. Big collision and a charge. They're going to get Nathaniel Cobb on the offensive foul. It's his first, team's first, and we'll go the other way.
Well, you talked about that game of the week coming up tomorrow night. What about those girls teams in 7-3A? Just how they're jumping up and over each other, 1, 2, 3, all from 7-3A, and they're all deserve those spots.
Top 3 in the state, top 3 in our top 5 as well. It's a free-for-all and another round tomorrow night. Going to be a lot of fun there.
Right. Then you got Livingston and Cumberland County who can always make something happen.
Cumberland County may have the best player in Sydney Wilhite. Now a backdoor cut. McWhirter puts it up, no good. Disrupted by the length of Nathaniel Cobb. Pickett County still ahead just 1. Their offense has gone cold in the second quarter. Just 6 points so far in the frame as that one's kicked out of play. It'll stay with the Bobcats.
When was the last time Clarkrange led? It's been a long time since they've been in front. If they could take a lead here, this would really help their mental side of this game.
Yeah, the Buffaloes have not led in this game yet. They have an opportunity, down 1. It's 3:46 to go in the half, 18-17 our score. Sideline inbound, Brody Pryor. The urgency not quite there right now with Pickett County. Now Eminette off a couple of screens, fires it to Pryor. He'll reverse Kelvin Cobb. Corner 3, can't hit, rebound down. Swallows has it for Clarkrange, and here come the Buffaloes again. Third chance to take a lead for them. Here's Bristol. He retreats back. Now Sears works it over to McWhorter. Swallows in the low block. Tries to work on Pryor. Swiped by Phillips, and it's a turnover as Cobb comes away. Here comes Amonette. Cole J. Amonette stutter steps and now floats it over left side for Cobb. Now Nathaniel with it. Over to Pryor. Pryor to Nathaniel from the wing. Head fake for Nathaniel Cobb. He'll go to work. Cobb drives inside. Strong take, just throws it up wildly. No. Rebound loose. Pryor wrestles it away. Puts it off the glass too strong. Rebound loose again. Ricocheting everywhere. Nathaniel Cobb has it. Throws it over his head and is fouled.
Oh, he's going to get shots out of that. That's just making something happen. You hear that whistle, you know that it's on somebody. Just throw it up and try to get the chance to go to the free throw line.
Big call. It is the third on Braxton Sears, who's come off the bench and hit 3 fouls. You said Craig Pickett needed to attack him. I don't know if they were attacking him, but he gets called for his third personal. So he has 3. McWhorter has 2. Nobody else in the game with more than 1. But another miss. Nathaniel Cobb can't hit at the Kiesling Insurance free throw line.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you can get them in foul trouble, that's going to limit their playing time. They're going to stay with him, though. I think they feel that they need to do that just to keep him out there.
Cobb hits the second. Pickett County back in front by 2. It had been a long time without a point for the Bobcats. 2:45 and counting to go in the first half. 19-17 Pickett County here on the road.
Back to this 1-3-1 half-court trap.
Alley-oop to McWhorter. What a feed, and he puts it in. Nobody stopped him, and we're tied at 19.
That's the thing about that alley-oop on the backside. If you can get that back defender to step to the ball side, you've got that backside open, and they did that.
Pickett County needs a little spark. Phillips inside. Left-hand lay, tough shot. He gets it to go. Abram Phillips on the board for the first time.
He kind of does the dirty work for Pickett County. He's out there, and he's hitting the floor. He's doing all those things. Got to the rim there on a tough layup underneath the rim.
Bristol has it here for the Buffaloes. 21-19 our score. 2:10 to go in the first half. He'll toss it back over to Bristol. He lines up the wing 3. Can't hit. Rebound down. Grabbed by Cole J. Amonette. Here come the Bobcats ahead. Numbers if they hurry. Amonette stutters and then drives inside. Picked up. Turnaround shot. Good. Cole J. Amonette with 7 in the first half.
Tough shot, too. Mason McWhorter hit him on the elbow. That's tough to go through that little contact there on the elbow of the shooting hand, but able to finish.
23-19 our score. Here's Bristol. He picks up. Now fires it over right side. Sears still playing with 3 fouls. Going back door. Bristol got wide open, and he lays it in for 2.
Just a back cut. They just lost him there for a minute. Got free. Had to reverse it underneath. Able to finish.
Frustration for the Bobcats right now. A 2-point game. 90 seconds to go in the half. Amonette across the front court line. Trying to keep pace with a Clarkrange offense that's roared to life. Phillips gives over to Kelvin Cobb. Now Amonette skies up and hits. Cole J. Amonette, when you need a bucket, go to number 23, a first-choice Family Care 3.
Yeah, he's coming up big for them right now. They need offense to come from somewhere. Right now, most of it's coming from Cole J. Amonette.
Now another one for Sears. No good. A chance for Pickett to separate into the locker room. 5-point lead in the ball. Here's Amonette. Coast to coast. Drive and kick. Abram Phillips lines up the 3. Can't hit. Cobb tips the rebound to himself. Second chance. Here's Pryor. All of a sudden, the Bobcats with a little bit of bounce in their step. Here's Nathaniel Cobb for 3. Popped out. Halfway down, rebound down. Here they come the other way with Taylor.
Well, just the shots aren't falling in succession, are they? They can score a bucket, but then a couple of trips they don't, and that's just helping Clarkrange stay in it.
Here's Bristol. He'll work it over left side. This one grabbed Taylor. 30 seconds to go in the half. It's 26-21. McWhorter, left side. Been a while since Brighton Swallows has had a look. He'll give off McWhorter. McWhorter bounces it back. This one grabbed by Sears. Now right wing side, Taylor. Little head fake drive and kick. Sears twisting. Corner 3. Good. Brighton Swallows splashes home to 3. 1 second for Amonette. Gives to Phillips. Does not get a shot away. And Clarkrange trying to turn it into a 4-quarter fight. They've got one at the halftime break after 2 quarters. 26-24. We'll be joined by head coach Brittany Cooper on the other side during the Happy Hiller halftime show. This is high school basketball presented by Livingston Regional Hospital on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family. Trusted care, right where life happens.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential, multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland area since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home with a great location just off Highway 111 on the south side of Cookeville. This home has just over 2,000 square feet, a 2-car garage, and beautiful hardwood flooring throughout. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. A tight game in the second half of our doubleheader. Pickett County leads Clarkrange at the break 26-24, trying to sweep the doubleheader because the Lady Bobcats got their 8th consecutive win. 86-48 dominance tonight on the road here against Clarkrange. We're joined by head coach Brittany Cooper. Coach, congratulations on the win. First off, I guess overall, the rematch is always interesting. I imagine you're pretty pleased with how the girls played tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it always goes back to how they prepare and how well that I'm able to prepare them for what they're going to see on the floor. And so they really bought in this week, and especially with us not having school and things being kind of crazy, they really bought in and paid attention to the scout. And, you know, we watched a lot of film and we go over the scout a ton of times. And so I think that that was definitely reflected during the game tonight.
How challenging has this week been? Because it has been kind of every day, okay, nope, not going to be back in school, not going to be back in school. You already had a couple of extra days before from last week, playing on Tuesday. Walk me through the challenges of this week, and then, you know, how good it was for your team. It looked like a well-rested team, not a rusty team.
Yeah, and, I mean, I think that they definitely need it. We had been a pretty consistent Tuesday, Friday team all season long, and we played a Thursday, Friday, Saturday not too long ago, and so I think that this, you know, the break from the snow, although it can be a little bit frustrating when you think about practice, I think that it did really help them to be able to rest their bodies and take care of that. I agree with you. They did look really well rested tonight, and I think they came out and showed that.
Talk about a few players. Let's start with your freshman, Star White. She came in 15 points, really was great in the third quarter in particular. Her development this year has been something that's pretty clear. Already came in super skilled, but she's becoming a big weapon for this team.
Yeah, she really is. I think that, you know, she's a name that people need to be talking about. I think, you know, just from her development from this summer till now and her confidence, she's grown so much as a young woman and on and off the floor. And so really proud of her for stepping up tonight. And, you know, it's been getting more consistent within the games. And so that's definitely what we want to see here at the end of January.
One thing I know you got to like to see, all 5 starters in double figures in this game, up and down the lineup, 15, 16, 10, 33, and 12. Is it safe to say that's when you're at your most dangerous, when all these weapons are showing up at one time?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that having those 5 in double figures is why we were able to be as dominant as we were tonight. You know, they came out from the very beginning. They wanted it. They wanted it really bad. They wanted to make a statement with this game, and I think that that's exactly what they did. And it, you know, not even just those 5, but some of the younger ones that got in the game as well, and even the girls who maybe didn't get into the game. You know, I think it's important that, you know, they mean as much to me and to the team as the ones who may play the majority of the minutes. And so I think that them being in double figures is really just a substantial thing for us that we need to see more often.
The onslaught in my world of Mr. and Miss Basketball graphics has begun as everyone sends them in. You know, and everybody has the right to their resume. You've got one who is a bona fide candidate for this in the form of Zoe Nicholas, 33 again tonight, averaging over 30 a night for you. A lot of people watch these broadcasts around the state. Talk to me about and describe the impact that she has for you each and every night as part of a really good team. But, man, this is a special player.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a special young woman. She's a special kid. I've said that from the very beginning. It's seldom now that you see a kid her age that's willing to work the way that she works. I talk about her off the court a ton. You know, on the court speaks for itself, but off the court she's a fantastic kid. You know, she strives to be a 4.0 student plus a lot of the times, and so, you know, she's a great kid. She makes her teammates better. Her teammates make her better. We just have such good chemistry in our locker room right now, and you know, we're kind of hitting on every cylinder, and that starts with Zoe and, you know, what Zoe does, and she's a great emotional leader for us, and so just a fantastic kid. She's very deserving of everything that she has coming to her.
And you jump out of the district now on Saturday going to Eagleville, a rematch there. What's the mindset, what's the mentality got to be for this group now as you're into the home stretch? You want to be playing your best basketball because the tournament's right around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. I talk a lot about it's always the next play. You know, I think especially young women basketball players can get hung up on the then and now and what has happened, you know, right then. And so for me, we always talk about the next play. We also talk about the next game. You know, they're going to have tonight to join this, and come 8 a.m. in the morning, we're going to be back on the floor practicing, getting ready to go to Eagleville. And so, you know, we talk a lot about the process in my program and kind of what I'm wanting to put down. But, you know, they're ready. They're ready. We're playing pretty good basketball right now, and, you know, it's always next game, next play, next night. You know, we try to stay ready all the time, and so definitely they'll enjoy it for a couple hours tonight, and like I said, we'll be back at 8 o'clock practicing in the morning.
Well, Coach Brittany Cooper, congratulations. You come back into your old stomping ground and get a convincing win. That's always a good thing to do. Congratulations on your big victory, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood, or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear DJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Welcome back again. Our thanks to Brittany Cooper for joining us there in the Happy Hiller halftime show. A dominant victory earlier on tonight for Pickett County here at Clarkrange. Tight one here at the break in the boys game. We mentioned the Buffaloes playing great basketball right now, 9 days away for Pickett County. Both things look like they were factors in that first half, Craig Cantrell. We got a dogfight through 2 quarters.
We do, and the home team, when they stay in it, they become more confident as the night goes along. I know we talk about important sections of games, and everybody always says it, but this really tonight, this start of the second half really is very important to these Pickett County Bobcats. They love to get some separation going into the middle of the third quarter and try to get just a little distance between them, these scrappy Buffaloes here tonight.
They had a 3 by Cole J. Aminette. They got a turnover, had another look, didn't go. Next possession, Brighton Swallows hits a 3 for Clarkrange. As such, it's a 2-point game into the break. Cole J. Aminette with 10 points, leading all scorers right now. 6 apiece for Brody Pryor and Nathaniel Cobb. 2 apiece for Abram Phillips and Kelvin Cobb. On the other side, Brighton Swallows with 9. Braxton Sears came in and hit 3 triples off the bench. 4 for J.D. Bristol and 2 for Mason McWhirter. And it's a 2-point game. Pickett County trying to get their 22nd victory of the season, and most importantly, stay all alone in first place. A loss tonight for Pickett County. They'd be tied up. They have the tiebreaker for now, but they'd be tied with Jackson County, a position they don't want to be in.
Yeah, and you want that 1 seed. You want to be where you're sitting playing the 4 or 5 team. You're already locked in the region, but you want to try to help yourself as much as you can. So you want to do everything you can to lock up that 1 seed.
Clarkrange will attack left to right on your screen. Pickett County right to left as we're back underway. We're in the Upper Cumberland Generators broadcast booth. I'm Noah McKay. That's Craig Cantrell, and the lovely Madison McKay is producing things for us here. Swallows works it over right side to Taylor. Tristan Taylor as Pickett County. They're doing a lot of matching up, switching up the defenses, trying to keep Clarkrange off balance. They work it over right side into the corner. Jab step against Phillips. Now bringing it back out is Bristol. Bristol is fouled as Phillips got his leg stuck out. And they will get Abram Phillips for his second personal, teams first.
Yeah, they played a little matchup zone. They went a little 2-3, a little 1-3-1. They played this man-to-man, so they're really trying to just find something that can slow this the Clarkrange offense is not scoring a lot. They're scoring just enough to stay in the game.
Inbound here to J.D. Bristol. 7.5 to go in the third quarter, 26-24. They're working over left side Taylor. Now back to Swallows, the senior, one of the very few seniors that plays a lot for this team. Clarkrange is on the rise, so is Pickett County, no doubt about it. Pickett County loaded right now, and a ton of freshmen and sophomores on this team. Just our 1 junior.
People forget how young they are, don't they?
3 sophomores in the starting lineup, 1 junior and a freshman. Now back out, here's Bristol. Long possession again for Clarkrange. This was a hallmark in the first half. Bristol with it here. He's being closely guarded by Cobb. That time is ticking, and it is a 5-second violation. Nathaniel Cobb with some lockdown defense.
Yeah, that like we talked about, the top of that 1-3-1 is a very important place to be. And when you can lock it down one-on-one and force a 5-second count, it's usually one of your tallest players out there. So they have the footwork to be able to do that. That shows you can play some defense.
6:55 to go in the third quarter. First opportunity for Pickett County with the basketball, leading by 2. They know they can score in a hurry. They're looking for a little spark here. Phillips gives over to Nathaniel Cobb. Now Amonette, open, step back, 3. Can't hit, rebound down, grabbed away. McWhorter sends it ahead to Bristol, who's out and running. Bristol jumps, Cobb goes right there with him. He puts it off the glass, and we're tied for the first time since it was 0-0.
Sometimes there's just not much you can do defensively, and that was one of those times.
26-26. J.D. Bristol now has 6 points. Now a pass tipped around. Pryor has it. Power dribbles, tries to step through. Swallows right there, and a foul. Swallows was leaning forward. They could have called a foul earlier than that. 2 free throws upcoming for Brody Pryor at the Kiesling Insurance free throw line.
Yeah, that's just inside post play. Sometimes it's going to get a little physical, and that time they let it go, like you said, a little longer than they maybe could have before calling the foul, but they do get it late.
Coach Logan arguing for straight up. We had a pretty good angle on it. He was definitely pushing forward as Pryor hits the first free throw.
Yeah, more body than it was with the arms.
Yeah, when you get that kind of Michael Jackson lean forward, that's when you get into some trouble. Yeah. Pryor goes 2 for 2 at the Kiesling Insurance free throw line. Pickett County leads by 2. Nathaniel Cobb's playing his tail off on defense right now as McWhorter sends it over left side. Grabbed by Davis. Davis picks up his dribble, fires a pass, tip. Speaking of, Nathaniel Cobb with the steal. Euro step, lost his footing. Cobb right there, cleans up the rebound. This is Kelvin, has it swiped away from him. Loose basketball, Cobb falls back, and it will be a timeout granted to Lee J. Amonette. That is a heads-up call by Coach Amonette to get the timeout burned. The clock is still ticking with 6:11 to go. It's still running. Still running.
Yeah, they found it.
6:05.
Probably put, 6:12 on there?
I would think so.
Spacing. It means so much as offensive players, defensive players, officials also. Cobb got that steal. The offensive player that he took it away from reached out. Did you see that? The hand right there just grabbed him, holding him. The officials had already gotten too far down the floor. They couldn't see it. Got away with an unobstructed path to the goal foul, and that could have been a big play there if they make that call.
28-26 is our score. Pickett County with the basketball beneath their own hoop. Good spot to inbound from as they'll draw the out-of-timeout play. Clarkrange, we talked about earlier. Pickett County wanted to really pull away and leave no doubt after winning by 29 the first time. That has not happened, but still a long way to go. This is an explosive Bobcats team. Amonette inbounds to Kelvin Cobb, and they'll work it back out. Cobb fires a pass tipped by Swallows. He gathers again. Pryor trying to post up on Swallows. This time he grabs it. Pryor loses handle on it, and we'll have a tie-up. The arrow belongs to Pickett County.
You know, Swallows is working hard in there. You got to give him some credit. Pryor's a little bit bigger kid than Swallows. He's just kind of bodying up with him, and the officials are letting him play a little bit.
They are. Inbound here as they'll work it over. Phillips now to Kelvin Cobb. Kelvin dumps it over to his brother Nathaniel. Nathaniel, power dribble, spins inside, tough take, and it's good for Nathaniel Cobb.
That spin move at his size, it's hard to defend. He got that defender on his hip, and that was all it took to get to the rim.
Pickett County trying to fire themselves up here, up by 4 on the road. They've scored 4 straight, nearly a steal. It's tipped back out to Swallows. Swallows surveys the floor. It is 16 straight wins for Pickett County against the Buffaloes. The last Clarkrange win was way back. I'll have to find it. 2018, December of 2018.
Oh, my goodness, 8 years.
My nephews weren't alive then. That is wild. Back out top of the circle. Bounce back. Swallows. They're 7-5. But this is a game tonight. 5:10 to go in the third.
This is a game. They're just down work. And this is tough on a defense. It makes them just get down and play. That kind of wears you down when you have to work that hard defensively.
McWhirter tosses it over left side. This one grabbed by Swallows. Swallows on the drive, picks up. Open 3 for Taylor. Can't hit off the front of the rim. Rebound down. Here comes Pickett County trying to finally stretch the lead. Amonette jabs inside. Now works it over. Great dump off to Brody Pryor for the lay.
Oh, that's pretty. Amonette's been scoring, so they've been trying to come to him. He just kept it till the last second, till Pryor popped wide open at the rim and got the layup.
A 6-0 Bobcat run. 4.5 to go in the third quarter. Back up by 6. Slicing through McWhirter. Maintains possession. Kicks into the corner. 3 ball up. No good. Phillips tips the rebound to himself. Here comes Amonette with speed. 2-on-1. Amonette, Euro. It goes up in the air. Cobb able to grab it. Over to Amonette. He'll drive inside. Amonette dumps it back to Phillips. Phillips spins inside. Goes up. Contact. And a block.
Had to wait.
We're waiting on the signal. It'll be 2 free throws upcoming for Abram Phillips. I do think that was the correct call. It looked like Swallows was still getting to the spot.
Yeah, I think so. I think he was sliding underneath him to try to get to that spot. And Phillips, that quick move inside, Phillips is pretty quick, as they may have need a little time to clean some perspiration off the floor. But Pickett County putting together a little run. We kind of thought that was what they were able to do. Finally able to put together some buckets here in this third quarter.
It looks like they may have called that on the arm of Dalen Davis, which would be big because Swallows has 2. If what they put on the scoreboard is correct, it's going to be the first on Davis. So contact from behind going for the block as opposed to the contact underneath. And that is a net positive for Clarkrange because it's just his first instead of the third on Brighton Swallows.
Yeah, that's huge. If Swallows picks up 3, they get a whole lot. They have to play a whole lot differently as he's their leader for them.
This is Abram Phillips at the Kiesling Insurance free throw line where he hits the first, and this is becoming an impressive answer, and Clarkrange is going to have to be careful. 7-0 run for a Bobcats team that can bury you in a hurry if they get rolling.
Yeah, when they get on a roll, then good things start happening, and it's kind of happening. They're getting downhill now. They're getting out and running. They love to play in transition. That's what's working for them right now.
And 2 for 2 for the sophomore Abram Phillips. An 8-0 run. Here comes Bristol. Fires it over left side. Sears back in the game. Too strong. Rebound down. Phillips has another one. Phillips ahead to Amonette. Pickett County starting to roll downhill. Amonette back to Phillips. Kelvin Cobb, now Nathaniel. Back to Kelvin, now over to Phillips.
It's man-to-man by Clarkrange. They've been in it all night, haven't changed any, and they play it pretty well.
Phillips jumps it over to Amonette in the corner. He goes to work on the dribble. Back to Phillips, lines up the 3. Missed it off the front of the rim. Rebound down, an 8-point game. Here comes McWhirter. He'll toss it over right side. This one grab Taylor. Taylor spins a couple of times. Now they'll bounce it over Swallows. Swallows tries to clear off on Pryor. Goes to work on the baseline. Swallows in some trouble and a foul as Pryor started pushing in. They'll get Brody Pryor for his first. Team's first.
You know, Clarkrange tries to put some pressure on you. They want that outlet, and they want to get the ball up the floor quickly. But if they don't have anything easy, anything open, they're not going to take it. They're going to back it out and make you play defense for 40 seconds, and it's been working for them.
Apologies, that was the second personal or team foul, rather. And this will be the third as Abram Phillips picks up the personal. And this is a big call here. It's the third on Abram Phillips, third team foul on the Bobcats.
Yeah, he's a key to this defense, too. He's the one that plays up top on the point guard, and he's the one that tries to shut down their plays before they get started.
3:15 to go in the third. It's an 8-point Bobcat lead. Back cut into Sears. He tries to contort and does. Finishes. Braxton Sears has 11 points. First Bobcat in the double figures.
Yeah, that flyby, he just made that little ball fake. You show that ball to the defender, it's so hard to lay off of.
Now a dangerous pass intercepted and a foul on Amonette, and it'll take the easy 2 off the board for Taylor. Cole J. Amonette picks up his first, team's fourth. 3 minutes to go in the third, and the Buffaloes are looking for a little answer here after giving up an 8-0 run. They're back within 6 with the basketball.
You know, we talked about Coach Brittany Cooper playing here at Clarkrange. Coach Brent Logan, he played at Pickett County as a high school player, so this is a big game for him, too, going against his alma mater.
No doubt about it. 2:55 and counting to go in the third quarter as Bristol sends it left side to Sears. Kelvin Cobb there defensively as he'll toss it back on the skip feed to Taylor. Back left side, Bristol. J.D. Bristol underhand feed finds Swallows. Swallows with a handoff. This one grabbed by Taylor. Taylor, he'll give to Bristol. Bristol drives and kicks again. Handoff, this time McWhirter. He'll hop it back, Sears. Sears into the mid-range, throws the runner up a little bit awkwardly, no good. Nathaniel Cobb on the rebound, and now he's out and running. Cobb drives and kicks. Phillips lines up the 3, can't hit. Pickett County just has not been able to hit the big bucket tonight.
That dagger, they just can't find that dagger right now to knock out the Buffaloes.
Bristol went in, tried to get to the spot, but went right into Big Brody Pryor, who turned him away, loses handle, possession back to the Bobcats with 2:13 to go in the third.
You talk about hockey there a few moments ago. Pryor may got a little body check in there.
Put the pads on, let's go. Phillips right side. Never put an ice rink up here. We'll broadcast every game. I love to call hockey. Amonette back, Cobb. Nathaniel on the drive. Drives his shoulder into the defender and now underhand flips to Kelvin. Nathaniel slow to get up, but back on his feet. Kelvin backs it out. Sends it right side to Amonette. Bobcats looking for a bucket. Kelvin has it. 1:45 to go in the third quarter. Dangerous pass. Phillips grabs it. Now left side Nathaniel.
Pickett County kind of turning the tables here, making Clarkrange play defense a long time.
Nathaniel on the drive, and he's fouled. And this will be the third on Mason McWhirter, who's done a great job of avoiding picking up his third. Had 2 in the first couple of minutes. This time it is his third, team's third, and Nathaniel Cobb goes to the Kiesling Insurance free throw line for 2.
You know, you think maybe that Clarkrange is not as deep as Pickett County, but they've really played more people than the Bobcats have, so foul trouble might not affect them as much, but they picked up a lot more fouls staying in that man-to-man defense all night.
First one for Nathaniel Cobb is good. He's up to 9 points, so can go into double figures. He'd be the third Bobcat to do that if he hits this. Next one is good. 2 for 2. Tying their largest lead. Pickett County back in front by 8. We were tied up at 26. Since then, it's a 10-2 run for the Bobcats.
Back to that half-court man-to-man, picking them up at the half-court line.
Coach Amonette used that as a free timeout. Got the other 4 players together to change the defense. Taylor, hands off. Now he'll toss it left side, Sears. Sears, overhand flip to Swallows. Swallows surveys, finds Bristol. Bristol working off a Swallows screen. Now goes to work on Amonette. He'll send it back. Here's a drive, McWhirter. McWhirter twisting shot, can't hit. Rebound down, Nathaniel Cobb. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Nathaniel Cobb wasting no time into the front court. He'll hop it over. Too much heat on that one. Out of play, and Clarkrange gets the basketball back.
The biggest thing that I'm feeling right now is the rebounding is going more Pickett County's way. Clarkrange stayed with them by rebounding the basketball. Right now the Bobcats not giving up many rebounds.
No opportunities really for a Milestone Physical Therapy scoreboard update because it's the only game in town, but we did see the Lady Bobcats win earlier on tonight in commanding fashion, 86-48. So Pickett County trying to sweep the doubleheader in Clarkrange. That's tough to do. The Bobcats, or the Buffaloes rather, are 6-1 at home this season, but down 8 right now as Bristol fires to Swallows. Head fake, gets free, and lays it in for 2.
That's tough in a crowd, too. That's still showing that ball fake. Got the one defender up, but there were others there. He's still able to score.
Amonette brings it ahead here for the Bobcats. 12 seconds to go in the frame. 6-point game. It's a tight one tonight. Amonette working it. Picks up his dribble. Gives back Nathaniel Cobb. Cobb drives decisively. Puts it up and good. That's a tough take for Nathaniel Cobb. And Pickett County leads by 8 into the fourth and final quarter. You're watching high school basketball presented by Livingston Regional Hospital on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
1 quarter to go here as Pickett County tries to pull away Clarkrange on the road. The Buffaloes will not go quietly. Was tied up at 26, but now it's 38-30 as we open the 4th quarter. I'm Noah McKay. That's the great Craig Cantrell. Happy to be along with you tonight. Coverage presented by Livingston Regional Hospital. You see their logo on the screen during every Pickett County broadcast as we are the exclusive home of Pickett County basketball all season long. Taylor sends over right side. Here's Braxton Sears. Sears fires a pass, a lot of contact, whistle, and they'll just call it out of bounds. It'll stay with Clarkrange.
I'm kind of new to the crew, so I don't care to kind of toot our own horn a little bit, but what, 11 million views that you?
11 million views since the start of the school year. You see, are the fastest we've ever hit that mark.
I'm happy to be a part of that. I'm glad you all brought me on.
Well, you're directly responsible for about 9 million of those, Craig, as that one's blocked but a foul. They're going to get Brody Pryor on the personal. This will be 2 free throws for Brighton Swallows at the line.
They just find ways to stick around, don't they, Clarkrange? That just seems like Pickett County's kind of, they're kind of getting that foot ready to put on them, but all of a sudden they kind of just slip away.
And they're going to bench warn Coach Amonette, who wasn't happy with that foul call.
Pretty quiet about it, though. He didn't get boisterous or anything.
It could change, obviously, if this game gets tight. I don't think there's any real huge gripe with the officials so far in either game.
I'm just trying to make his point there.
I think so. This is my famous last words, though. That's usually when it goes off the rails when I say that.
T's fly left and right.
Swallows hits the first. He's got 12 points tonight.
I think these officials have done a pretty good job tonight. They haven't been noticed, and if you're not noticed, you're doing a pretty good job.
Didn't have a ton of work in the girls' game, to be fair, but I agree with you, Craig. 2 for 2 for Swallows, back to a 6-point game. Pickett County has not been able to lead by double digits tonight. Here's Nathaniel Cobb. He leads them with 12 points. Cobb going to give back Amonette. This is Cole J. Amonette. He'll hand off now to Kelvin Cobb. Back to Nathaniel.
Trying to shorten the game here, just hold the basketball a little bit. Not really a stall, just trying to find something that they can work with.
And now a near turnover. The ball is loose, still loose. Phillips has it, comes away. Abram Phillips now able to jump it over to Amonette. Amonette into the mid-range, reverses Nathaniel Cobb. 6:35 to go in the ball game. A 6-point Bobcat lead. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Helps us out a whole lot. Share the broadcast and comment along with us. But the most important thing you can do is like the broadcast. Here's Amonette. Skies up in the mid-range. Can't hit. Rebound down to Sears and a chance for the Buffaloes. Here comes Braxton Sears. Behind the back move. Creates a little space. Now he'll send it over right side. This is Bristol. Those bright orange Nike sneakers. Bristol sends it over right side. You know I love orange.
Glad somebody else knows the shoes. I always used to talk about that, and people say you always talk about the shoes.
Absolutely. Now a drive inside Swallows. Little head fake. There's one thing I'm going to notice. It's the shoes. My wife can attest to that. Here's left side, little head fake, now into the corner. Wide open 3 on the way and good. Mason McWhirter, and this is a 1-score game. The number 2 ranked team in the state is in a fight tonight.
Well, that's just district play. That's what happens when you get in district play on the road. You know you're going to always get the best game the opponent has.
And a timeout called by Lee J. Amonette. Junction Station is Birdstown's one-stop convenience shop. Fill up your tank, then head inside and enjoy their delicious food menu and unbeatable daily specials. Located at 1160 Livingston Highway, Junction Station is proud to support the Bobcats and Lady Bobcats all season long. I didn't get to say it earlier, but I hope your popcorn's ready for this because 5:39 to go in the ball game, an 8-point lead down to just 3 for the Bobcats, Craig.
Just won't go away, will they? They find a way to stay in the game, and you've got to credit Clarkrange. They're just working hard, and they're playing smart. Like I said, they're not doing anything to hurt themselves, and they're making Pickett County play defense 35, 40, 45, 50 seconds a trip. That's shortening the game, and that's keeping them in the game. And if you stay in the game, all you want is to be there late, and that's what they're trying to do.
5:39 to go in the ball game, 38-35. Don't forget, 3 games tomorrow, 1 on Saturday. We will be there, of course, with coverage from Pickett County at Eagleville on Saturday night. Girls tip off at 5. The boys to follow, the top 2 ranked teams in the state. Tomorrow's slate, headlined by the high school basketball game of the week, presented by Mayberry's Furniture. Sparta hosting Upperman, round 2. All 4 teams ranked in the state. Let's get it on. It's going to be fun.
Royce Oil Gym going to be rocking down there in Sparta.
I'm sure it'll be very nice to the visitors.
Oh, yeah, you know they will.
Very calm and courteous. Right side, Abram Phillips has it out of the timeout. Now top of the key, here's Brody Pryor. He'll work it over right side, Amonette. Now into the corner, Phillips fires a ball that was tipped. Cobb has it, now Pryor. Back to Amonette. Now right side, Phillips. Over to Cobb. Cobb back, Amonette. Cole J. Amonette content to take their time. Pickett County worked a lot on this early in the season. It frustrated some. They worked on bleeding the clock, getting it down for moments like this potentially where you want a perfect shot, not a quick one. They go fast typically, but they have slowed down significantly in fourth quarters with leads. Now a pass inside Pryor. Goes to work on Swallows and puts it up and in.
Swallows tried to draw the foul. There wasn't any contact. Pryor did a good job avoiding it, knowing he was going to try to draw that charge. Coach Amonette wanted to and one with it, though.
Sears fires a pass tip, now worked over Bristol. Now McWhirter, back to Bristol. Big possession here for Clarkrange now, down 5, 4:35 to go. Sears with space, triggers it and hits. Braxton Sears has his 4th 3 of the game, and the Buffaloes are within 2 points of the Bobcats.
And he's shooting a great percentage. He hasn't missed a lot of three-point attempts, so he's a shooter.
Lost by just 1 a week ago at Jackson County. People thought, is that an anomaly? It was not. The Buffaloes are a factor as Amonette's shot won't go. Pryor's tip, no. Second chance, no, but a foul. They're going to get Sears. This is a big one. It will be the 4th on Braxton Sears, who just hit the 3 on the other end, and 2 free throws for Brody Pryor at the Kiesling Insurance free throw line.
How big has Brody Pryor been? When they've needed a bucket, he seems to come up with something big, and these are 2 big free throws right here.
First one is good for the big man. He has 13 points, the sophomore, who averages 14.3 a night. He was the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game against Jackson County. He's got a chance at it again tonight. Obviously, the result depends on that. 2 for 2 for Brody Pryor. Now here's J.D. Bristol. He'll send it over right side. Sears back to Bristol. Middle of the 4th quarter, a 4-point lead for the Bobcats, who now are looking for a stop on defense. Into the corner it goes. Taylor, McWhirter, he'll fire a pass tipped, able to be grabbed by J.D. Bristol. Pickett County in his own. Now they're matching up everywhere out of it and really changing it up constantly.
And Clarkrange doing that same thing they've been doing. They're just shortening the game here and making them play defense, just waiting for a look.
Here's Sears. 1 dribble, has it swiped, gathers again. Sears now tosses it over right side to Bristol. 3:25 to play in regulation.
Well, Sears caught that in a dangerous pass. They were lucky to keep possession with 3 players surrounding him.
Sears has it from the wing. He'll jump it over to McWhirter. Now into the corner. Swing grab by Taylor. Taylor, 3:10 to go. Into the corner, Bristol. Head fake, goes baseline. Underhand feed to Swallows. Brighton Swallows throws up the right-hand runner. Can't bank it in. Rebound punch from Phillips right to Kelvin Cobb. Pickett County basketball, 3 minutes to go. And Lee J. Amonette says, let's wait. New play.
Yeah, they're going to take some time here. They're going to take 30, 40, 45 seconds off this clock, you'd think.
Nathaniel Cobb has it here. Cobb has it punched free, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bobcats with 2:41 to go.
McWhirter kind of snuck up there, didn't he? Didn't really know, Cobb didn't know he was there and just flicked it away.
Being this close is fun.
It is.
Because Lee J. Amonette told Nathaniel Cobb, hold the ball, and then called a timeout.
Yep.
Wants to get the strategy drawn up here in a huge timeout with 2:41 to go in the game.
We talk about the age of this team. If you've got veterans, they kind of know. They've been through these wars, and Pickett County's been through a lot of wars, but they're still young. So you got it's a good coaching move right here by Lee J. Amonette. Take the timeout, talk to your team, settle in, let them know what you want exactly, and let them go out and execute. Get a little breather here as well. It's late in the game. They've been playing a lot of defense. That wears you down a little bit more. So it's a dual positive for him here, getting to talk to him to get everything set and get a little rest for his team.
Here's what's on the line in this fourth quarter of this game. Pickett County's trying to win their 15th game in a row. They're trying to get to 5-0 in the district. Clarkrange wants to get to 3-3 in district play. A win for Clarkrange makes it a tie between Pickett and Jackson County. Pickett County has the head-to-head tiebreaker. Obviously, Pickett County wants it to be they win in Gainsboro, they win the district. If not, maybe end up flipping a coin when it comes to all the tiebreakers. But if they lose tonight, that calculus changes because Jackson County is 2-0 against this Clarkrange team, albeit it's only by one. Very familiar to this game. This is a very important game when it comes to 7 single A at the end of this season. Inbound here out of the timeout coming as they'll send it in. This one grabbed by Cole J. Amonette. When you need a bucket, you call 23. Amonette sends it over. This one grabbed, now into the low block, a little bit off the mark. Nathaniel Cobb able to grab. Cobb turns baseline. Double team arrives. Cobb spins, puts it up, blocked, fight for the rebound. It's still loose, diving on the floor, and it's wrestled away by Sears. Buffalo's basketball down 4, forcing the turnover. Here's Bristol. J.D. Bristol sends it left side. Now back out. Sears, extra feed Swallows. Swallows drives into Pryor, who turns him away. 2:05 to go in a 4-point game.
Great ball rotation by Clarkrange, but Brody Pryor played it perfectly, didn't he? He didn't go for that ball fake, stayed on the floor, and made him back it back out.
Right side, now back out. This one grabbed, top of the circle. Swallows checks over, see if Brent Logan wants a timeout. Not yet. They're looking for a signature victory for him against his alma mater. Now back out Sears. Pickett County says not so fast. Swallows with room in the mid-range, blocked. Brody Pryor says what room? Gets a big pull on it. Pickett County basketball, 90 seconds to play, up by 4.
That was huge right there. Swallows looked wide open, and all of a sudden, here comes Brody Pryor with what could be a game-saving block.
Here's Nathaniel Cobb. Kelvin Cobb. Kelvin back to Nathaniel, almost stolen away by McWhirter. Back to Kelvin. 1:13 to go. Pickett County hanging on, trying to force him to foul. There are still 3 fouls to give for Clarkrange. Now Nathaniel to Kelvin, hesitates, and he's wrapped up in foul.
That's almost to a point could be intentional, you know, as he just grabbed him there. But that you looked at the same thing I did. 3 fouls. They're going to have to foul a lot to get him on the line.
The foul is on Brighton Swallows. That is his 3rd, and they're not going to upgrade it. I thought they could have as well. That was
didn't make a play on the ball.
Yeah, it was close. Kelvin Cobb at the line. First free throw is no good for the freshman at the Kiesling Insurance free throw line. This is a rather large second one, trying to get it to 5. And he does. Cobb splits them. And now Clarkrange with a little bit of urgency into the half court. Sears has it. Under a minute to play. 43-38. Now Taylor drives inside. Twist it back out. Grabbed by Sears. Sears on the drive. Pulls up in the mid-range. Can't hit. Rebound touched out. Second chance. Big collision and a foul. Both teams had several to give.
Yeah.
Going to get this one on Kelvin Cobb. That is his 2nd.
What about Brody Pryor denying at the rim again? He's played well on both ends tonight for Pickett County.
And I think Pickett County may decide to foul. Want to elongate this game. They may not have to. Stolen away. Amonette finger roll and a foul. Cole J. Amonette heads up on an errant pass, just went and grabbed it, and he will try and stretch this to a 3-score game at the Kiesling Insurance free throw line.
I'm not sure what Clarkrange was trying to do there. They tried to throw it in and just kind of threw it right toward the Pickett County bucket. That's not where you want to put the ball because it gave Pickett County a free run to the rim.
Bristol commits the personal. He had no choice. He made it count, but forces the free throw attempts. Pickett County trying to stretch it. Cole J. Amonette, the sophomore, reigning freshman of the year in the Upper Cumberland, but he missed the first. It's going to stay a 2-score game.
Nathaniel Cobb got a pretty good dunk off of that off the rebound. Didn't count, but it was pretty.
Amonette hits the second. 1 for 2. He has 11 points, 42 seconds. Bobcats up by 6. Bristol shrugs off the defender, sends it over right side, Taylor. Buffalo's running out of time. Sears sends it back out. Bristol steps back, 3-ball on the way, can't hit, rebound tipped. It was a great tip by Nathaniel Cobb right to Kelvin Cobb, and this will be the 4th team foul on the Buffaloes. 24 seconds to go. All Pickett County needs to do is make a free throw.
Not even time to shoot yet. Still a throw in here for the Bobcats.
And they're going to get Braxton Sears, I believe, and that will be his 5th. So the 3-point marksman out of the game is fouled out now with 24 seconds to go. The next one sends the Bobcats to the line.
That's what they tried to do, keep him in foul trouble and just extend that foul trouble, and they finally got him out of there.
Inbound goes to Nathaniel Cobb. He goes up and lays it in. There's your dagger for Pickett County.
Clarkrange hung around, but the Bobcats able to just withstand them at the end.
They work it over right side. McWhorter, he hits the 3. Timeout called. That was a very quick shot. Mason McWhorter cuts it to a 5-point game, but 12.2 seconds to go. Time running out now on the Buffaloes.
Yeah, and that goes back to that turnover that was so big on the inbounds right here in front of us when they threw it in. Just a little miscommunication between the inbounder and the player he was trying to get it to. Threw it over his head, as we said, right toward the Pickett County bucket. It's been downhill since then. Actually, the last few minutes, the Bobcats have had control, and they've showed that they can hold the basketball and make long possessions.
Stick around. Postgame. We'll go through the scoring and have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. We'll also remind you the Goose is loose. Michael Lindsay is here tonight. Coverage coming up for CumberlandReporter.com. He'll be with us tomorrow night in Sparta as well. The hardest working man in sports media, back at it. He had paternity leave, and he has come back with a vengeance.
He's all over the place.
It's unbelievable.
How many miles does he put in a year?
I know we all put in a lot. I know the UCR Silverado is at 110,000 miles, and we bought it 2.5 years ago.
Oh, goodness.
So
that's on the road.
Shout out Watson Chevrolet. It's still kicking just fine. No issues. Appreciate that. the UCR Trax for Madison's at 35,000 miles, and that's about 1.5 years old. So not too shabby.
That's how you get to 11 million.
That's what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about, Craig. Baseline inbound coming, 13 seconds to go. Phillips has it, and they will foul with 11.3. All Phillips has to do is make them both. Puts it to 7, and that's insurmountable mathematically.
Yeah, there's no way to come back from that. This might be good for Pickett County, that to have a battle here going into that matchup with Eagleville, because you're going to have to bring your A game with them, especially on the road down there. Tough place to go play, and it's an intense gym down there at Eagleville.
A potential state championship preview. That is not hyperbole between Pickett County and Eagleville, the top 2 ranked teams in the state, as Phillips hits the first. He's now 3 for 3. This one would push it to 7.
It's kind of funny how the schedule works out. I know they both knew they were going to be good, but probably not expecting to be this good.
Phillips, 2 for 2, 7-point game, 10 seconds to go. Bristol hands off, runs into his teammate McWhorter, out of bounds. It'll stay on this end with Clarkrange with 5 seconds to go, rather.
And the Bobcats just kind of a grinded-out game. It's good that they can come out and play in a grinded-out game on the road and show that they can succeed at that as well.
Yeah, it's been real dominant through district play. Now they had to show a little bit of mettle here as the jumper's thrown up, no good. Kelvin Cobb with a rebound, and that will do it. The Bobcats come on the road and survive to sweep the season series over Clarkrange. Final score, Pickett County 48, Clarkrange 41, as we welcome you in to the Livingston Regional Hospital postgame show. Craig Cantrell tonight. A gutsy effort for Pickett County. It was not a dominant game. They didn't just run away with this one. They had to earn it against the Clarkrange team that's on the rise. They get it done tonight.
And you need those. You're going to have those come tournament time, and there's going to be nights when everything doesn't click for you, and you're going to have to just kind of knuckle down and grit your way through it, and that's what they were able to do tonight because Clarkrange, they played their hearts out here tonight trying to get to them, and it's just a great effort by Clarkrange. Better effort by Pickett County being able to show them that they could just get down and play their game and still come out with the win.
The scoring from the game is as follows. First for Clarkrange, who falls to 13-11 on the season, 2-4 in District 7 single A. 14 points for Braxton Sears, 13 for Brighton Swallows, 6 tonight for J.D. Bristol, 8 for Mason McWhorter, for a team total of 41 for the victorious Pickett County Bobcats. 14 points for Nathaniel Cobb, 14 as well for Brody Pryor, 11 for Cole J. Eminette, 6 for Abram Phillips, and 3 for Kelvin Cobb, for a team total of 48. It's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Couple of options tonight, Craig, but I think we're probably on the same page.
Yeah, Nathaniel Cobb just came out and did some good things for him. He's going to be the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. And like you said, a lot of players played well, but he had some big moments when they needed him, and he's going to be the one we go with here tonight.
Nathaniel Cobb is the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. You got to give a shout out to Brody Pryor tonight. He was big. The block late was critical, but he is the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Nathaniel Cobb, the junior, which is really the leader because there's not many more besides that. They get it done, and now a huge one. They survived the potential trap game here, potential state championship game preview against Eagleville on Saturday. In a revenge spot, they had them. Big lead, double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, in the second half, rather. Give it up. Eagleville wins in their house, trying to return the favor on Saturday night.
Yeah, as a competitor, that's what you want. You want a chance to get back at somebody. If they get a win, you want to go back and get a chance to get a win at their place, and that's what Pickett County's got. Got a day to get ready. You go back, look at the film of this one, see what you did right, see what you did wrong, get ready for Eagleville, which is a completely different animal than Clarkrange. So you got to go out and do a lot of work tomorrow to get ready for them. That's what they'll do, and they'll come out. They'll be ready to play on Saturday night.
It is 15 consecutive wins for the Pickett County Bobcats. They're 22-2 on the season. They are 5-0 in District 7 Single A. They stay all alone in first place atop this district. Busy night for us coming up tomorrow. It's all busy now the rest of the way, especially after the ice storm. Hopefully the snow stays away so we can actually play basketball on the Media Network tomorrow night. It's headlined by the high school basketball game of the week presented by Mayberry's Furniture. Live from Roy Sewell Gymnasium in Sparta. White County hosts Upperman. Girls game between two of the top three teams in the state of Tennessee. It's going to be another war, just like the first game was. Boys game, both teams ranked as well. That will follow. Then on UCR2, that's where you'll be, Craig Cantrell, back in your own, I think it's a skybox. They need to name it after you there at Livingston Academy. A big 7-3A matchup between Stone Memorial and Livingston. Those Lady Wildcats keep flirting with an upset there. We'll see if they can get it tomorrow night.
They've been so close in the third and fourth quarters. The third quarter, they've been really close. Led some teams going into the fourth quarter, but somehow they seem to, the opponent seems to pull away in the fourth quarter. We'll see if they can fix that tomorrow night against Coach Mike Buck and Stone Memorial.
And then on UCR3, we'll see about the start time here. Still set for 6 o'clock for now. Cookeville taking on Shelbyville. That's on the road. So we'll have our road Cookeville team there. Tyler Turner, Randy Wallace, and Shanae will be there on the call on that one. Then Saturday, doubleheader. Something's got to change for Tennessee Tech. The women in particular, out of nowhere, really struggling. Revenge spot Little Rock comes to town. 1 o'clock tip-off in the women's game. 3 o'clock tip-off in the men's game. And then the nightcap. And those Tech games are on 106.1 The Eagle, of course, with our friends over at Cookeville Communications. Then at 5 o'clock, girls tip-off between Eagleville and Pickett County. Should be two very fun games there. Nothing on Sunday for now.
But you've got a long day, don't you? Those two Tech games didn't make that trip down to Murfreesboro, just outside of Murfreesboro.
No doubt.
That's a long day.
It's not on the right side of Murfreesboro. It's on the other way, the southern side of Murfreesboro. But long days are what we do.
That's
11 million right there. Then for Monday, a couple more games.
Yep, got Livingston going to York, the renewal of one of the oldest and most bitter rivalries in the state of Tennessee. People talk about Livingston Upperman. For the young kids, that's true. That's the one. But for the old guys like us, like me, that's it's York. It's always York with Livingston, and it's just fun whenever they get together, especially up here on the mountain.
And we'll also have Upperman's girls hosting Soddy Daisy, and then Tuesday it's district games all over the place. That'll do it for us tonight. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to the man to my left, Craig Cantrell. Came in on late notice today. Had a great time with you, my friend. We love having you on UCR. It's been great for everybody, I think, and we appreciate you coming tonight and going to have a good call tomorrow.
I always have fun. We'll try to have fun tomorrow night.
Absolutely. Well, the Lady Bobcats got it done earlier on tonight, 86-48, with the Bobcats getting it done in a tighter affair in the boys' game, 48-41. If you haven't already, hit that like button on the stream. Share it alongside so your friends can watch the replay of this game, as it'll stay up both on YouTube and on Facebook. Follow the page if you haven't already. The road to 50,000 Facebook followers is on the main page, and the road to 5,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Only been doing that for about a year and a half. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. That'll do it for us tonight. I'm Noah McKay for Craig Cantrell, Madison McKay, Goose on the sidelines.